In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. Let's try it again. We had a minuscule failure this morning, $35. I even stayed on an extra half hour because I went, you know what? We're doing this. We're not icky. We're not... Like we always say, 35, not really a big deal, not a problem. But it's just, it was the juju of not like fucked in the ass while dressed as a cow juju, but like the bad juju of starting the week off coming up a little short. For superstitious reasons, I went an extra half hour. But you know what? We're back. And you know what? I was challenged today, mentally. No, I was challenged today. Somebody wrote in, somebody commented on today's episode and says, your whales can't bail you out forever. Because, you know, there's these people, Steel Toe lives rent-free in their head. And if I don't stop doing this, if I don't fail, they feel like their life has become meaningless. They'll feel like they're just chasing a ghost forever and ever. So their lives are predicated on Steel Toe failure. They need it, like the oxygen that you breathe. So they said, your whales can't bail you out forever. I mean, it's been 10 years, but who knows? So let's see if we can't prove them right. Let's see if maybe they can't. Maybe the devil will finally grant their wish. But you know what? Something tells me, as I was mailing a bunch of prizes today and mailing a bunch of stuff out, headed out to the post office today, something told me, I said, you know what? I think if we ask, we shall receive. We didn't do any begging for 4 hours today, and we came up only $35 short. I think if we ask at the top of the show, I think we'll nail this thing. $200. Let's erase this morning. Let's act like the show itself. Let's act like it happened. It was a fucking killer show this morning. Oh my God, was it good? That was another thing they were mad about. He said, your show is not good. Your political takes and your sports takes are terrible, and people only like it for the drama. It's like, oh, sweetheart, no. I'm sorry, but I make way less when we do your little girl drama soap opera. We do much better when we do the Steel Toe Show. So let's prove it to them. Let's throw in a bunch. Let's get this 200 knocked out. You know my preferable ways. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. There's no fees, nothing like that. Everything goes towards the show. Quick note before we get started. Bandit of 71, send me your contact info. You are literally the last twister left to be sent out. I have to send out Bandit of 71's twister, and then through the end of this week, we will run the twister promotion. $100 gets autographed naked twister sent to their house. This will be the last one. The last week we'll run it. We said through the end of January. We're going to keep that promise. It's been a lot of fun. We've sent out about 7 or 8 of them. Hell, let's get to 10, and then let's call tonight another win for the toe. Another win for the toe. Actual steel toe wearer says there's a whole economy built around you, man. They can't lose you. Chad is mid. I'm the baddest motherfucker in this place. There's nobody can do the show that steel toe can do. If that upsets you, you'll just have to live with it. We've got Lori Lightfoot releasing her findings today on Tiffany Henyard. It's a weird spot to be in that we're rooting for Lori Lightfoot, that we're rooting for Beetlejuice, but she's out there. She's given out some of the numbers. She's actually, I think they're releasing the report as we speak, so I don't think we're going to have actual video of it tonight, but we do have the numbers, we have the facts and the figures, and holy shit, did this lady blow through some cash. Oh, yeah, actual steel toe wearer. No way. Not at all. Not at all. They tried to do that, and they failed miserably. Because all you have to do is say, nope, and just do a better show than they do. That's what I did. It upsets a lot of people, but we got it. Rusty Grammer says, we've kept this ship afloat for how many years? They ain't sinking it. They can't do it. And that's what's driving them so nuts, and they try to project that as confidence. It's just the toe owning their head. That's all it is. Sorry, boys. Pants Maestro says, you're better than Chad, Toe. So I take back all the times I called this the worst show. He's awful. Yeah, but Chad does a better show than all those other guys. Like, if your show is about the guy you think is awful, you're bankrupt. You've got nothing. You're devoid of ideas. That guy is instantly better than you. I don't care how bad you suck. If people are doing shows about you, you win. That's just, I'm sorry, that's how we do it in the real world. The internet is just kind of dorks that needed to make their own rules because nobody respected them in the real world. And then like shows like this one that are predicated in the real world just come by and smack you upside the head every once in a while just to remind you, hey guys, you're still losers. Sorry. Yeah, we've kept this ship afloat for how many years? They ain't sinking it. You nailed it, buddy. Final boss starting us out with a gifted membership today. Not only are we going to knock out the win tonight, not only are we going to get the goal, but I think we're going to knock out this morning as well. I really do. So drop them in there and drop them big. The links are in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. McBuster says, this little piggy is brutally pathetic. Yeah, I mean, they can't make money on their own. They need your boy. They need me to be the gas in their engine, and I'm happy to be because I get to own them every time that they need to discuss the toe. It's just a win, guys. I'm sorry. All right. Knock it out. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Let's do it. No Pen 15 Fathead said this is a fake dono and throws in $10. There we go. Keep it up. Everybody throwing in tonight. We're going to get back on the winning side of things. We're going to notch another win for the toe. Oh, man, we've got them seething in the chat already. Let's do a great show, guys. Love it. You know, lesser shows would have told Pants Maestro, take a hike. They would have told actual steel toe wearer, take a hike. But I love them because, like I say, these guys are my little cows. They're my little pets, and I use them for milk. It's delicious. All right, the haters and the losers are here. Let's do a great show. You guys throw in because it breaks their heart every time we knock it out. All right. I got you, Rusty. Thank you, buddy. Loud and clear. Fuck. And now I'm in a good mood. I'm having a great time, throwing it back in everyone's face. And then I remember that my first story is a goddamn Eagles fan story. Son of a bitch. You guys are cancer. And you won't go away. And I happen to have a decent amount of Eagles fans in this audience, and it just... A lot of people, you know, the meme that they're going with now is people are rooting for the Meteor. They don't want to root for the Chiefs, and they don't want to root for the Eagles. The problem is, I'm kind of, I don't know what you call them. I'm kind of a bootlicker. I guess I'm kind of a bootlicker because I've always liked the Chiefs. I like Patrick Mahomes. I love Andy Reid. So I don't have a problem rooting for the Chiefs. In all three of their Super Bowls, I've rooted for the Chiefs. Against the Eagles once, against the... And 49ers twice, isn't it? Haven't they beaten San Francisco twice? And now if they win this one, it'll be the Eagles twice. I rooted for them in all four of them. So I have no problem rooting for the Chiefs, but again, it's really difficult. it's really difficult to admit. Like it's hard to ignore the fact that the Eagles are clearly getting calls. They're clearly getting, or not the Eagles. I'm sorry, the Chiefs are clearly getting calls that nobody else gets. I know this because I'm a Vikings fan. We ain't getting those calls. I don't know if some people think it's intentional. Like the refs have it out. They want the Eagles to win. They're dead set, or the Chiefs. I keep screwing them up. They want the Chiefs to win, and they're doing everything they can. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's conscious. I think it's like the 49ers in the 80s, the Cowboys in the 90s, the Patriots in the 2000s, and now in the 2020s, it's the Chiefs. There's just, like, Aaron Rodgers had this benefit too. The refs always looked after Aaron Rodgers. The refs are seemingly always looking after Patrick Mahomes. I can't quantify it. I don't know why. He seems to be the guy now. Adam Simon gifting a membership. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, a lot of people saying it. I hope they both lose. The catch was not a catch. It's I like the Chiefs. I like Andy Reid. I like Patrick Mahomes, but I can't pretend that they haven't been, at the very least, the luckiest team on earth when it comes to calls. At the very least, the luckiest. I don't know if I can bring myself to say crooked. I don't know if I can bring myself to say rigged. I'm one of those people who, if the sports game is rigged, that does something to me. I don't like that. I don't like, like the 1927 or whatever it was World Series, where the Black Sox, rigged it. Or like 1940s and 50s and 60s. And, well, let's be honest, probably today even boxing, where they just, the mob just openly paid guys to take dives. Like that takes some of the romance out of it for me. So I have a hard time saying the refs are in the Chiefs' pocket. I have a problem saying that. 185 away from tonight. Thank you, Adam Simon, and thank you to the final boss. I appreciate the gifted memberships. Guys, light up PayPal, light up Venmo, light it all up today. Thank you very, very much. And Pants Maestro, that's because of me, sweetheart. I'm the guy. Sorry. I know that's hard to hear, but it's all because of me. Sorry, sweetie. I apologize. It's just the truth hurts, and I'm the guy giving it to you. All right, so the Eagles fans were celebrating yesterday because they kicked the shit out of the Commanders. Like, it was bad. They were pulling their punches at the end. It was a blowout. And the Eagles fans went out and celebrated, and they celebrate. Like, you want the way we talk about Eagles fans to be a bit. You want it to be like an exaggeration. Like back in the 90s, you'd be like, hey, two cowboys are in the back of a car. Who's driving? Back in the 90s, the joke was the police. The Cowboys weren't getting arrested every day. It was a couple of guys, Eagles fans, you're like, hey, they're giant retards who do giant retard shit. And you're hoping that it's just one or two at a time, or, it happened a couple of times, so now that's the reputation. But the problem with Eagles fans is they keep proving the stereotype right. Let's go ahead and watch this crowd of Eagles fans celebrating their latest trip to the Super Bowl.
I believe that was a gun.
It was literally an Eagles fan, like they're in the Bakara market in fucking Mogadishu, firing a pistol into the air. Like this was a jihad, and they had just gotten a new shipment of AK-47s. They just fired in the air. Not only that, Eagles fans, if you notice in that crowd, there weren't hundreds of people running for cover. There weren't a bunch of people panicking and losing their shit. That was just something that happens. Kensington moved to Lincoln Financial. No big deal. And then this guy, I believe that was a gun. What do? We got a Super Bowl to celebrate.
That was definitely a gun.
And there he is. It's just a guy was so happy to be in the Super Bowl that he held his pistol in the air, squeezed off a few rounds. They do it for us. Like, Eagles fans do the job for us. There's nothing we can do to, like, make this a worse stereotype. We just react to whatever it is they're doing. And, like, this wasn't a guy threatening anyone. This was a guy just really happy that his Eagles were going to the Super Bowl. These were happy gunshots, if you can believe it. Chicago would kill for something like this. Well, bad choice of words. In the viral clip, one bystander can be heard saying, "I believe that was a gun." Yeah, no shit. Police are currently probing the incident, which unfolded at the intersection of Cotman and Frankfurt. At least 3 revelers leaving the game. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. 3 people got hit by a car. There were 2 accidents. There was 1 gunshot. Well, multiple gunshots by 1 guy. It's a shit show. And it's the ultimate home field advantage because nobody wants to go to a road game there. Like, if the Vikings were in the NFC Championship game and we were playing literally anywhere in the country, we'd be like, we're loading up, we're dressing in purple, we're going to the game. But in this instance, people are hesitant to go to Philadelphia because you're not sure if you're going to leave, without brain damage. 3 people hit by cars. Driver was taken into custody. Collision did not appear to be intentional. All right, well, the gunshots were. It's funny. They can, I wonder if they'll get that guy. I wonder if they'll pick him out and bring him in. Because it's like, they can take January 6th footage and they can pick one guy out of, tens of thousands of people, bring him in, prosecute him, the whole deal. I wonder if they'll waste the same amount of time and effort bringing in some guy who pulled out a fucking gun and just started firing in the middle of Philadelphia. Vidam with $5. Thank you, buddy. He says all sports are rigged, all staged. They're all paid actors. Give them bread and circuses, and they will never revert. Well, that's see, now that shit bums me out. Don't say that. Don't bum me out like that. I want the sports to be as real as possible. I don't want it to be predetermined. Dr. Chow says, all the haters worship at the foot of the toe, for sure. They take it so seriously. They're so, Aaron needs to die. We need to get him. And then when you call them out, they're like, we never said we wanted you to die. No, sweetheart, it's just your behavior. Like, nobody's that obsessed. You're insane. All we have to do is hit go live. And we win. That's all there is to it. 180 away from tonight. Let's fucking go. Everybody throw in. Let's knock it out early tonight. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. I want to win tonight. We took one. We took just a tiny little $35 loss this morning. It's not the end of the world. I just hate the bad karma of having an L. So let's do it. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Rusty. JMB says NFL looks more and more sus every season. I don't think it's a good look for them to be partnered with online sports bettors either. I've been wondering about that too. Thank you, JMB. Like, how can you sit there and go DraftKings or the Caesars app and all this shit where everybody's gambling and you can bet on the games in, most states, really. Not here, not Minnesota, you can't do it. We can't do sports betting in Minnesota. There's ways around it, but legally you can't. And they partner with gambling, like openly partner with gambling services. And it's like, then you watch games where, which playoff game was it where I think it was Kansas City against Houston, where Kansas City didn't need to run the punt out of the end zone for a safety. They were up by 2 scores and there wasn't much time left, but they did it anyway. And the safety brought the game within the line. And you're like, that seems a little funky. Like, I was at the Vikings Raiders game last year. And then The Vikings were up 3. I think we won that game 3-0. And the line was 3.5. And we lined up for a field goal with, I don't remember how much time was left. But if we kick the field goal and we make it, we go up 6. Everybody who bet on the Vikings wins. And we faked it. We pooch kicked it. I'm sorry. We snapped from the shotgun and we pooch kicked it. We didn't attempt the field goal. And everybody in the arena was booing their balls off because a lot of people had taken the Vikings. And you sit and wonder when things like that happen. And like JMB said, they're partnering with gambling groups. It looks suspect. Rust Belt with $2 says, I missed your comments on your Rumble Friday closeout song. What did you think? I fucking hate Tom McDonald, dude. You're never going to get me to stop hating Tom McDonald. I just can't stand the fucking guy. I don't know what to tell you. Let's go to Vidam with $5. Thank you. Hey, everybody, throw in 5, 10, 15, 20, and do it on Venmo, Streamlabs, and PayPal. Let's knock this out tonight. Let's get another win for the toe. I'm excited to get down to 0 here. Maybe knock out that 35 from this morning. I'm ready to make it perfect. Vidam says, baby boy Nick blocked me an X because I told him he had to go to confession and get out and volunteer in your community and donate money to Catholic charities and other charities. And he needs to repent. I just don't think he's going to make it on that probation, man. He's too full of anger. He's too full of hostility. I'm still front and center in his brain. He's another guy that I've broken. He's another guy who's just fucking psychologically can't let the toe go. And I even said, I took a lot of heat for my take this morning on that plea deal where I'm like, hey, this gives him a second chance to get back on the straight and narrow and do right. And, people are like, oh, I fucking bent the knee. It's like, no, I'm just not like these internet people. I have a life that I'm very happy with. I don't need to obsess over. I got away from those people and I couldn't be happier. It was a really good thing for my life. I guess me leaving his life was bad for him and it's still hurting him. I guess I'm kind of numb to it because that's a lot of people. It's like there's a lot of people who act like I've done something personally to them. And I'm just like, sucks. Sucks to be you. That's too bad. Just keep her going, I guess. But repent. Yeah, repenting would help. Going to some 12-step shit would probably help, but he's too smart for that, quote unquote. He won't do it. But hey, Vidam, at least you can say you tried, buddy. 175 away from knocking it out. Thank you very, very much. Steel toe wearer seething in the chat again. Sorry, buddy. You're not correct, but I think you know that. You got a little bias on you there. Right there. A little bias on you. All right, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. I want the big dogs. Let's throw in the big bucks and get Steel Toe back on track for the week. I want to hit refresh on this PayPal and see some nice ones in there. Right now, the Chad Buzamok Top Tonations board looks like this. Andrea, you guys are going to let a girl be in first? Andrea with $75. Dallas with 50. Gray Duckling with 27. And Zenman with 25. Thank you very much. And then you got Vidam. He's got 10. You got Brian with 20. You got Red Fox Mad with 20. You got some people knocking at the door of that top 4 there. Let's see if you guys can get in there. Rusty Grammar with $2 says the only path to salvation is through the sun. Stay on the high road, brother. Yeah, I think that's another reason a lot of people get mad at me. A lot of people who watch the toe and obsess over the toe and do shows about the toe, it's their life. And that's really sad. But I do this so I can have a life, and then I go live that life. These other people, their life is the toe. That's just, it'll never not be sad to me. And again, it's another thing that frustrates the actual steel toe wearer guy and others. It's don't worry, guys. It's pity, but you can dress it up as whatever you'd like if it makes you feel better. I loved the the side-by-side of these two tweets. I noticed this last night. I was looking at these. Somebody tried this Morgan J. Freeman on Twitter. Not that Morgan Freeman. He's this Morgan J. Freeman is a proud girl dad. He's a racial justice advocate, an abolitionist. I don't know why, like, abolitionist of what, like slavery. You missed the boat on that one a while ago, pal. But that Morgan J. Freeman, white guy, if you couldn't tell by his bio. And he wants Trump investigated for his Epstein connections. He made this tweet yesterday. He says, why not release the Epstein files? And then puts this photo out there. There's Morgan J. Freeman. Why not release the Epstein files? Now, tell me what you notice about this photo. Just let me know what you notice. Just free association. Look at the photo. Let it fly. What do you think? Just top of your head. Is it Stretch Armstrong here in the arms? Is it person who looks like they're going into the event horizon of a black hole and spaghettification is taking place? Is it the fact that we have Lieutenant Dan Epstein here with no legs? Which one is it? There's a few dead giveaways that show that this picture is, survey says, not real. And right there, the community notes, this photo is fake. It was AI generated. I, again, do not know what gave this away. The funniest part to me is the legless Epstein part. That's Stumpy Epstein is my absolute favorite part of this photo. I know the long legs girl is funny. Stretch Armstrong, clay arms chick is hilarious. Also, what the fuck is this? This is like a third hand or like a tentacle that somebody has. Like, you notice Epstein has 3 hands in this photo. Like, what the fuck is going on here? It's just a jumbled mess. So this guy says, why not release the Epstein files, and puts this picture out there. It immediately gets a community note. If any of this shit is hinky at all on Twitter nowadays, it'll get a community note. So let's go to the next photo that we have. Bill Clinton and Shantae Davies, Jeffrey Epstein's victim. Now, Shantae Davies is, according to court records, one of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's victims. There's Bill Clinton posing for a picture with Shantae Davies. Now, everything seems to be in proportion. We don't have any, fingers longer, like the pinky longer than the pointer. We don't have Stretch Armstrong arms. Everybody seems to have all their appendages. This is Bill Clinton with an actual Jeffrey Epstein victim. Let's take a look at the community note on this one. Well, how about that? There doesn't appear to be a community note on this one. So we've got, wait a minute. So we got Donald Trump with the Stretch Armstrong twins. That one's not real. But poor, innocent, decent Bill Clinton, this one doesn't have a community note. Surely it's right-wing propaganda. Surely it just slipped their mind. It can't be that the Democrats have like the Bill Gateses of the world and Bill Clinton. That's the other thing. Bill Gates now, he's got 4 more years of Trump. He's got 4 more years of answering to his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He just had to do it again. This weekend, he was doing an interview and he had to apologize for hanging out with Epstein again. Coach Sauce with $5 says, Coach, I admire your dedication and willingness to pass on your skills and wisdom to the younger generation. Haters be damned. It is kind of weird to pick something that they can't do and could never do and then go, yeah, I'm going to make fun of this guy for doing something way more masculine than me that I can't do. It's like, all right, guys, again, this here is a cell phone. It's a cell phone. I went in again today and had a great workout. We're only 8 pounds away. Feeling good. It's gonna be a long 4 weeks, and the workouts only get tougher and tougher as the weeks go on. But we're getting closer to fight night. I'm excited about it, and I feel really damn good about the thing. And if you need to cope about your lack of activity in your life by looking at mine, don't worry. I know why you do it. Your secret's safe with me, kiddo. Andrea with $5 says, I'm so excited to be on the board. Chicks rule. They rule now. Andrea's at $80. She's in charge. Girls rule the toe board at the moment. I tell you what, it would behoove the men folk on this program, and it would behoove the program itself for somebody to just jump in right now and knock Andrea right out of that first spot. Gray Duckling with $2, brings him to what is it? 29. And Loaded Wrench with $2 says, Graham's died alone. If you know, you know. Hashtag throwback. Yeah, that was that was that ad for Michigan governor where they were shitting on what's her name? Gretchen Whitmer for her take on or for her treatment of old people during COVID, but it was so poorly acted. It was so bad. And there was a line in there where one of them went, Graham died alone. It's so bad. Like, it's one of those people that you want to be on their side because you don't like Gretchen Whitmer, but it was so bad. Anti-Whitmer COVID ad. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be tough to find. I don't know what they called it. Anti-Whitmer. Oh, we could call it biker ad because I think they were all bikers. Opponent, terrible biker gang campaign ad. All right, well, here's somebody talking about it. I don't want to do somebody talking about it because I want to talk about it. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that ad. Do we have the
Republicans are becoming they ads now.
Come on.
Whitmer can say
with the governor.
Michigan.
Hey, have you seen the TV ads with the governor talking about the great things she's done for Michigan?
she's a liar. Whitmer can say what she wants, but we live here. Just look around, man.
During COVID, Whitmer locked down businesses like the Owasso Barber and put one woman from Holland in jail. Oh yeah, 3,000.
By the way, this sounds like biker talk. This is totally how bikers get together and discuss things. This isn't how shitty actors like community theater actors would play bikers. This is how bikers behave. Ozone, no one's going to jail. Stop it, Ozone. You just don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. You don't like me. It's all right.
Restaurants closed.
Thank you for the $4.99, Ozone. But your hatred it's giving you a black soul. Go touch grass, buddy.
He's pro-business?
Yeah, right.
And what about those higher gas and food prices?
Our schools were closed for almost 2 years.
What the shit does she care? How many kids does she still have in school? The math ain't mathin' on that one.
Poor kids.
Speaking of kids, Whitmer says she's gonna work like hell to keep killing babies.
I can't believe she said that. That was wild. Do you remember when Gretchen Whitmer was on TV and she went, one thing I'm going to do bigger than anything else in this world is I'm going to make sure I kill the shit out of a bunch of babies. I can't wait, man. I'm closing kids' schools. I'm killing babies. Not only am I killing babies, I'm going to try like hell to kill those babies.
Our schools were closed for almost 2 years. Poor kids.
Speaking of kids, Whitmer says she's gonna work like hell to keep killing babies.
She's gonna find them and she's just gonna break them in half like this and suck out their bone marrow like not Charlton Heston in Christopher Reeves in South Park, doing the stem cell treatments.
And she put COVID patients in Graham's nursing home.
Graham died alone.
That guy will never stop being the greatest moment in political ad history. She's going to try like hell to keep killing babies. Oh, well, that sounds terrible. She can't possibly get any worse. Graham died alone.
Keep killing babies.
And she put COVID patients in Graham's nursing home.
Graham died alone.
I don't know why. That will just never stop being funny to me. That ad is, what, 3 years old or so? Whenever she got reelected last?
Okay. I'm voting for the other chick. What's her name?
That's such a terrible ad. I'm voting for the other chick. That's not... What's her name? That's good. In the ad, you should have the actors forget the name of the candidate they're promoting. That's like someone being, I'm thirsty for a soda. What's that other soda's name? Like, that's like you say Pepsi 40 times in a Coke ad, and at the end you go, and I'm going to have a different soda. What's that other one's name?
Tudor Dixon.
Okay, let's roll.
Watch out for potholes. Whitmer never kept her promise to
Fix the damn roads.
Yeah, they're all going riding after this ad. They're all getting on their Harleys. They're getting on their Harleys after that, and they're hitting the open road for sure. By the way, Tudor Dixon. It's just like sometimes you gotta, like, I know that you want to pick your candidates based on, like, you know, how they are, like how they appeal to the voters and how they, you know, their stances on the issues and all of that stuff. But, like, sometimes you do have to do things like, you know, I don't care how right-wing they are. I don't care how perfect they are for the party. We're not putting Tudor Dixon in there. It's got the word toot and Dix in it. It's just, I wish America was mature enough to elect a really smart guy named Tudor Dixon. They're not. They're just going to hear toot and Dix, and then they're going to vote for Gretchen Whitmer. That's how we roll here in America. Coach Sauce with $5 says you can't handle some people just like laughing at you. Some of these people are far more successful than you in every aspect in life, but yet you're here. Again, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. It's your obsession, not mine. You've got to own it. Don't come to me with your obsession and somehow try to put it on me to absolve you. That's not my job. You're here. You love the show. I can't help you. Any way you got to cope with that, you go ahead and cope with that, pal. 155 away from tonight. You know what they're not going to be able to cope with? You guys hammering out tonight's goal. Let's get in that PayPal, Venmo, Streamlabs. Let's knock it out, Toe Boys. Toe Boys rally and get that 155 down to 0, and let's call it a win. And also, Coach Sauce, no offense, sweetheart, but you can't be more successful than me if you're following me. Like, if your whole thing is about me, I'm sorry. The person following the guy is smaller than the guy. It doesn't matter. Because every fan you have, every following you get is mine. That's just the way it goes. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Again, however you need to cope with it. I know you want to come to me for validation. You're never going to get it from me. I'm sorry. You just can't seem to handle the fact that we poke fun at you. All right, speaking of poking fun, I found your aunt. She's very pissed about Trump. She's not happy about how this last week and a half has been going, and she wants to tell... Well, no, it's only been a week. It's not even a week and a half. It's 1 week. And, you know, he's done a few things that he said he would do, but he really hasn't gotten into the meat and potatoes. Like, he hasn't gotten into, like, the real heavy stuff he's going to do. Doge has only cut $26 billion in government spending. We haven't even gotten rid of the Department of Education yet. He said he was going to do that. We haven't started cutting military spending yet. Haven't really deported that many people yet in terms of, like, how many are going to end up deported. Right now, we're just rounding up the criminals. Wait until you just go grab the people who are here illegally. It's going to be bad, man. I mean, what I would say, because Trump derangement syndrome and toe derangement syndrome are very similar. You guys got to pace yourself. I'm going to be here a while. Trump's going to be here a while. You guys scream like girls. You lose your mind, both of you. And you're not hurting anybody but yourself. Like, look at this woman. This woman is like, I don't know. They're like Coach Sauce, or they're like Ozone. They're just, I've kind of made them lose their mind, like Trump's made this woman lose her mind. And sorry if that hurts your feelings, just kind of true. And she just holds a phone right in front of her face and is shouting about this guy who all he's doing is the thing people hired him to do. I don't know if you saw the numbers, but Trump's approval rating right now is higher than any approval rating he's ever had so far. Let's go ahead and check this woman out. She is, well, a terrible choice of words. Let's go ahead and check this woman out. She is not doing well with, so far, with week one of the Trump administration.
Fucking thing. I'm driving out of a grocery store parking lot, and the little mini street that takes you in there, coming into the parking lot is this guy in an SUV, and he's got his, I'm assuming his wife in the front seat. Anyways, they've got their windows down, and out the window, they've got their arms stretched, and they're holding American flags. And
oh, fuck them. Oh, God. You know what? Burn them. Oh, my. Can you believe that, guys? American flags. In America? Take that shit back to Russia, commie. Waving American flags out the window. A man and a woman in a heterosexual relationship. Blech. Gay. Waving American flags. Fucking pussies. Oh, it's disgusting. Makes me want to get a septum piercing.
not those little tinky, like, wee, you know, no, not those. No, like big American flags.
See, this is how I imagine Ozone and others watching Steel Toe. They're like, you know what he said today? He said that we're dumb and that he's dumb. I'm sorry, but I see you guys as her. No offense. I know it bothers you. I know it gets to you, but I see you this way. And we kind of use the evening show to poke. The morning show's a little too big. You know, we can't get to you, but I can poke a little fun at you today.
Like 2 to 3 feet shows. Long American flags. And they both got their arms out like, America!
Sounds awesome. Are they having a barbecue? Can we go to their house? Can we go hang out? What's the deal? Like, this lady is pitching this to us as though we're going to be like, ugh, fuck them. Next, they're going to tell me, they're like, oh, they've got country music playing. Oh, God. Oh, they suck.
And they've just got this look on their face. And you just know that they're like conservatives or Republicans, you know?
Conservatives and Republicans. Wow. This chick means business. How mad are they going to be when I come out with coat shirts tomorrow? Oh, boy, are they going to be mad.
And it's cringy AF. Like the American flag did not do this before. And now it's...
What do you mean it didn't do this before? It didn't hang out of windows? It didn't fly outside? What didn't the American flag do before? What are you...
It's become their symbol and...
It's become the American flag. Get this, guys. The American flag has become their symbol. Oh, wonder where the hell they got that from. Fucking Americans. You guys wouldn't believe it. These people who live in America and voted for the president of the United States and are extremely patriotic have taken this red, white, and blue American flag and they've made it like their symbol. Ugh, what the fuck? It should be a box of quinoa. I'm kidding. She doesn't eat healthy.
Anybody else? Just me? Does the American flag just make y'all cringe?
The American flag makes you cringe? Again, I'll say the same thing I would to anti-steel toe copers. This sounds like a you problem, my man.
Learn the difference between we have a problem and you have a problem.
Yeah. I think she needs to learn. I'm sure she'll learn if she reads comments. Hulkamash says she looks like a hoot at parties. Oh, yeah, just a gas, right? Just a good time. She's one of those people where at parties, you know, you ask her, how are you doing, just to be polite, and boy, is she going to answer. How you doing, Denise? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. I was in the parking lot today, and I saw people waving American flags. Can you believe these fucking people? Sorry, I asked. How are you doing? How you doing, Bob? Doing great. How about you? Living the dream. All right. Talk to you later. See, Denise, that's how we do it. No Pen 15 with $20. Thank you, buddy.
We want the gold sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
$20, and we're 135 away from making them seethe, boys and girls. 135 away from tonight's goal. Let's make it a fun night for the toe. Keep throwing them in. That 20, boy, that knocks it down quite a bit. Keep her going. Let's keep constant pressure on that goal. 5, 20, 100. Fuck it. Do it up. You know me. I love Streamlabs, PayPal, and Venmo. Those are my 3 favorites, but you do it however you want to do it. I appreciate it, man. Keeping this program on the air. MSO says, let the fake donos begin. Hey, guys, let the fake donos begin. Throw them in. When you send in your money, make sure, so we can save MSO's honor, that you say they're fake donos, especially if they're $100. If they're 50 or 100, if you splash the pot, make sure you let them know it's me and that it's fake. That's a big one. Oh, man, the story today. Oh, boy, the story today. Did you see Selena Gomez? I'm not as mean. This is another thing where, like, touching grass and going outside, makes you a little less, like, knee-jerk and fucking crazy as the internet. Like, I watched this Selena Gomez thing, and I was like, oh, man. It just bummed me out. Like, everyone else is making, like, video edits and like, fuck her, liberal tears, And I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, honey, why? Maybe it's because I have daughters. I don't know. I've noticed that, too, like a lot of the steel toe haters. No kids. I think that's a weird thing. That's a weird... That's how you live on the internet. You can live on the internet when you don't have children, I think. It's pathetic. There's really no reason to be alive if you're an adult. If you don't have children, I mean, you kind of worn out your welcome here on planet Earth. But I watched the Selena Gomez thing, and I just kind of went, oh, honey, don't film this. Like, I'm just like, look, it's okay to feel this way. She's upset about Mexicans getting deported. And, like, look, it's politics. You're allowed to have an opinion. She's not really shitting on anyone. She's just having a mental breakdown. And I just want to preface it with, I'm guaranteeing you 90% of my audience is going to laugh and they're going to make fun of her and they're going to have a good time. I probably will too. But there is definitely the dad in me that just goes, oh, honey, don't film this. This is one of those things where it's like, it's okay to feel this way, but you probably shouldn't put never put a camera on you ugly crying, because you're not in your right mind. You're not being rational. You're losing your shit. And I don't think you should first of all, when you put a camera up and you're losing your shit, it makes you losing your mind look a little inauthentic. It also is you in a vulnerable state, but yet you're in a vulnerable state, but you're still going, I'd like to get some attention and some sympathy for this, please. So as I kind of talk myself through this, I kind of realized that maybe it is fine to make fun of Selena Gomez because she put a camera in front of her face, ugly crying, so that she could get sympathy and attention from everyone. And that maybe her doing that is the reason why shitting on her is okay in the first place. You guys, you might have a point there. Let's take a look. So we've got Selena Gomez, and then after Selena Gomez, we have Tom Homan, the border czar. I guess on Fox News, they played the clip for him of Selena Gomez crying about immigration, and he had his own thoughts on it. And let's just say it's about what you'd expect Trump's border czar to say about such a thing. This is Selena Gomez having a rough time processing the immigrant, not evacuations, the deportations that are happening right now in the United States. See, like right here, just the freeze frame. Don't film it, honey. Just turn the camera off. Have this cry. There's nothing wrong with having a cry. Politics gets to some people. That's why I feel like a lot of people just shouldn't really get involved in politics. They should just, ignorance is bliss. Go about their happy life. If this shit bums you out, go do something else, But not only did she get bummed out, not only did it make her panic cry, but then she filmed it.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry.
So many people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand.
Oh, boy. See, it's just like, do this into a pillow privately. Figure your shit out. Work through it. Because this is one of those moments. This is one of those cries that, it takes 5 minutes. You get it out, and then you can move on. Unless you're doing the Hollywood thing and you're just doing this to be performative, in which case you're an asshole and you don't deserve any sympathy. You're right. It's the turning the camera on part that kind of bugs me. I want to believe the best of her and just say it was bad judgment and that she really just wanted to make a mea culpa that she doesn't need to make, but she wanted to make it. But then there's the part of me that remembers she's been performing since she was a kid. And that it's hard to tell what's authentic and what's I turned the camera on, let me be on record as someone crying for these poor Mexicans. And then people will think I'm a real swell person. I'm not sure which one it is.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
Oh my God. I have an idea. Here, I'll give her an idea. She doesn't know what to do. Do you have a pool? You have a pool? I mean, you have a lot of money, so I assume you've got a pool. In one of your houses, you've got to have a pool. Indoor, outdoor, it doesn't matter. Selena, do you have a pool? Is the pool heated? Turn on the heat. Go outside. Go for a swim. Just, you know what? Lay in the pool. Make yourself a drink. You're not filming a movie. You're not making an album. Go ahead. Pour yourself a drink. Lay in the pool. Put some headphones in. Listen to some music. Ignore all the...
We want the gold, sucker!
Sorry. Ignore all of these problems, really like you were going to anyway. I mean, once the camera was off, you were going to ignore all these problems and pretend they aren't happening. So why not just skip the camera part, skip the ugly crying? Now, she deleted this video from her account, but, the internet is forever. Just don't make the video in the first place. Go sit in the pool. Forget about immigration for a while like all your other celebrity friends do. It'll be easy. If she did this to try and get sympathy, that was a bad move. Trump's America is a cold, heartless place. And it is no place for the weary kind. Gray Duckling with $5. Thank you very much. He says, I can change her. Good luck, buddy. It's on you. It's on you. Yeah, dude, never, ever film yourself crying like that. Ever. Fadam says, oh my God, she's lost her mind. Why film yourself crying? I don't know. Helgi says, I don't remember her crying for any white people getting shoved into subways, stabbed, punched, shot, run over, etc. Well, and isn't the Trump administration just arresting illegal immigrants with criminal records at this point? Like, I'm not saying like they're going to round up illegals. Don't get me wrong. And maybe they are already, but I thought their big thing right now was they were on illegal immigrants with criminal records. They were rounding them up. So I don't like, who are you crying for specifically? Again, we avoid all of this if you just stop turning on a camera every time you cry. That would be nice. All right, 135 away from tonight. Guys, let's fucking go. I want to win. You got these people chirping. They chirp about the toe. They're obsessed about the toe. Let's give them something to choke on. Throw a few bucks in. See, even you ain't getting my money says I've come to seethe. That's the most honest thing you've said in a year, my brother. So go ahead and throw some money at it. Make you ain't getting my money seethe. Let's knock out this 135 and let's get back to our winning ways here on the toe. Don't wait until the end because we've been waiting till the end a lot lately and we fail. Let's just knock it out early. Then I focus on nothing but giving you the best show possible. Click the PayPal, click the Streamlabs, Steel Toe Media Inc. on Venmo. Throw your money in. Let's call this thing a win, baby. We got the Twister promotion going through the end of the week. Let's do it. So they asked border czar Tom Homan about the Selena Gomez thing. And, well, Tom Homan, the Trump border czar, had about the reaction you would expect a Trump border czar to have. Here he is on Fox News. Wow. So double sympathy coming for Selena Gomez. Fox News and the Trump border czar. I'm sure they're going to treat this fairly and be really, really nice to Selena. Let's take a look.
Don't know if you've had a chance to see a video that has been going viral over the past hour or so. We're still working to clear it and show it. In fact, the Hollywood celebrity who posted it has now deleted it. I think because probably she faced a lot of backlash for it, noting even the New York Times and Fox News polls show that a majority of American respondents are in favor of deportations of criminals and gang members.
Okay, we call out liberal media bias all the time on this show, but can we be really fair about something? Do you see the conservative bias that's being laid on really thick here? Like, instead of presenting this video to Homan and just letting him give his take on it, they're setting it up in a pro-Trump way. I don't know. Both of them are kind of dirty to me. I don't like either of them. Like, just trust people, show them the video, and then let them decide. But they're playing it up a little bit too. And, also, the older I get, the more I just kind of lament the fact that we're just in a mean culture. It's too bad because it's poisoning people. It's making people ugly. It's making people the worst versions of themselves. Like, we're too disconnected. Like, the internet might be one of the worst inventions ever because people are dumb and ugly and nasty. But yet if you met them in person, they'd kiss your ass. They'd talk nice to you. They'd be kind. And like this Selena Gomez thing, I think if we lived in a society worth saving, if we lived in a culture that was still viable, I think most people would see this and we'd go, and look, I'm guilty of it too, but most of us would see this and we would go, oh man, she's having a really tough time. Well, I'm feeling kind of voyeuristic now. Maybe I shouldn't be watching this. But nope, it's like the Gawker slowdown should be our national symbol. Just, what, a car wreck? Oh man, I wonder if I'll see any blood and guts. Let's slow down. Yeah, but someone's suffering. Who gives a shit? I want some action. Same thing with Selena Gomez. Like, I'm going to laugh at it. I'm going to have some fun with it. I have been. But I also have to take time to acknowledge that, like, we're rotten. We're, like, as awful as she is for, like, drama farming this, we're awful for Gawker slow down. Neither of us are better. We're not better than Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez is not better than us. We're all different sides of the same coin. She's shit. We're shit. We're on our way out.
She posted a video sobbing. She was crying in it. She said, all my people are getting attacked with the picture of a Mexican flag. Again, she has now taken that down. But what do you say to those who are out there saying that these are everyday people, these are families that are being attacked and dragged out of their homes? How do you respond to that?
I'd like to say, Martha, I believe the words I'm looking for are tough titties. Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, Dr. Phil and I have to go arrest some Mexican pedos. By the way, that's not hyperbole. If you missed this morning's show, Homan and Dr. Phil are busting Mexican pedophiles on the streets. Dr. Phil is literally, these two are going on immigration raids and arresting people. And like Dr. Phil is questioning them. He's like, you ever been deported before? And the guy's like, yo, are you Dr. Phil? It's a fucking crazy movie we're living in right now.
I don't think we arrested any families. We've arrested public safety threats and national security threats, bottom line. And look, President Trump won the election on this one issue, securing our border and saving lives. What happened on our southern border last 4 years is the biggest national security threat this country's seen, at least in my lifetime, because we got over 2 million known gotaways. We got a 600% increase in sex trafficking. I
really wish this guy would open his mouth a little bit when he talks. It's really starting to bug me.
Got a record number of terrorists crossing the border on the terrorist watch list. We have 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We're going to do this job, and we're going to enforce the law.
This guy sounds like he could fill in for Ed on Ed and Michelle. He's just...
laws of this country. If they don't like it, then go to Congress and change the law. We're going to do this operational apology. We're going to make our community safer. We're going to save. Once we lock that border on continuous operation, you're going to see fentanyl deaths decrease, illegal alien crime decrease, sex trafficking decrease. It's just all for the good of this nation, and we're going to keep going. No apologies. We're moving forward.
Well, that's good. Then that's how he should be. That's kind of a dumb question to ask, too. Like, what do you expect him to say? Like, oh, really? We made Selena Gomez upset? That's not what we were trying to do. Oh, no. No, well, no, I feel terrible. Yeah, you know what? We're not going on our raids this week. We're going to go, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to not do raids. We didn't know. You know, you don't think about it when you're doing it, but these raids have victims. And we didn't know that Selena Gomez was one of them. And we're going to go ahead and fold up shop. It's clearly gone too far. Funeral director with $2 says Chiefs played great this year, ready to win the bowl. Yeah. MN Viking says, are you ever going back on radio? Still be a goal. Yes and no. Yes and no. Matter of time. I know the radio business, and it's going to be like I always say, it took 4 years to get the Steel Toe Morning Show, and it hasn't even been 2 that we've been talking with companies now. So it's a lot of lunches, it's a lot of phone calls, it's a lot of meetings, but I'm excited. I want to keep my show afloat till we can get away from these toxic internet folk. They're not going to get away from us. They're going to follow us wherever we go. They fucking love their daddy. And I love watching them having to spin every possible L for them as a win. They're like, no, Aaron aggresses against us. He paints everything as a win. Motherfucker, I'm just here doing my show. I can spin it however I want. We're in our little enclosed space here. You're the one who comes in and starts losing their shit over it. And I'm sorry I'm right, and I'm sorry you're wrong. Get used to it. 125 away from today's goal. Get it, boys and girls. Get it. $2 from funeral director. Says hearing you have a goal on radio would be goofy. Oh, yeah, it'd be fucking weird. No, of course not. Of course not. Their goal would be dead forever and for always. How wonderful that would be. All right, guys, here's what I say. Jump into that goal. Let's get it. Let's do it. CJ with $2 says, I don't care where Gomez is from. Can we deport that twat? I don't think so. I think Selena Gomez was born in the United States. I think everyone's got their papers. MN Vikings with $1.99 says, is it just finding right money for Johnny and you? No, radio doesn't have the availability they used to. It's literally waiting for a spot. We're wanted. We just need to wait for a spot. That's how it was with 101. We had to wait for the Lex and Terry contract to expire. It's a bitch, but that when you find a situation you want, when you find a situation that you really want, you'll wait for it. And I've done that. This is my second time doing that now. Aaron's Dingly thing with $5 says, this is for the Revelations Fargo Lake of Fire bit. I'm still laughing. I'm going crazy out there by the Lake of Fire. Yeah, I know that the Onion people seethe really hard when we don't do drama and we don't feed into their nonsense and we make it our own. But they don't understand the funny parts of our show are like us just doing funny shit, coverage of stories like the Fargo Lake of Fire bit. They don't understand that because their people tried to do that, failed, and couldn't make any money. Oof. Sorry, guys. Sorry. 120 away from knocking it down. Let's fucking go. 120 is the number. Keep it going. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. We are right there, and we're only halfway through the show. Keep it going, boys and girls. You know I love a good Venmo. You know I love a good PayPal. You know I love a good Streamlabs. Get in there. Do it. Let's have some fun. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, what is the best laundry detergent? I like Tide with Downy. Oh, shit. Mine's, what's the orange one? I think do I use the orange one or the blue one? I don't remember. And then I use, what's the light blue fabric softener? I don't recall. I'm sorry. Coach Sauce with $5 says, by your logic, anyone that watches Melton and calls him a pedo is really just a fan. No, Coach Sauce, they're just observant. Coach Sauce leaves a hanging curveball for the toe, and boom, it's out of here. 475 feet over the left field wall. Sorry, Coach Sauce. You guys are easy to do that to, though. Adam Simon with $2 says, this one's for the goal. Thank you. Funeral director with $2. I don't want to say that. I don't want to fuck anything up. $5 from Dr. Chow. He says, Soft Weekly is making a sizzle reel of your best stuff and sending it to all your local FM stations. He really is trying to help. Great guy. Great guy. Soft. I'm sure Soft is only clipping the good stuff. I'm sure it's not humiliating or offensive or anything like that. I'm sure. I will say this, though. You guys might backfire and you might get me gigs sooner, because I know with like court-related people and gym-related people, they all come to me and they go, these people who are obsessed with you are dumb. And I believe the word one court person used was, they're all bullshit. So I know you guys don't like hearing that. You're going to cope and go, liar, liar, they don't do that. I'm sorry. That's how the real world sees you. I do my best to try and tell you, and you guys think I'm not your friend. I'm trying to help you be a real man. A lot of you probably don't have dads, and I'm just trying to help you. People think you're gay. 110 away from today. Thank you guys very much. Keep it going. 110 away. Just a couple of those big fake donations on PayPal, and we've got it knocked out for the night. MN Vikings with 199 says driver in Philly running pro over after game. Driver in Philly running pro. We covered the Philly stuff already tonight. Pants Maestro, see, he's upset. He goes, Aaron, that's bullshit. I'm sorry, I can't abide. Did I not say that you would say that? I fucking called it. God damn it, I nailed it. $2 from Aaron's Dingley thing. With $2, he says, Aaron is trying to get onto K-Fan as a producer. Oh, no. No, I'm sorry, actual steel toe wearer. The gym people that pay me to coach, that one hurts. I know that one hurts. They think you guys are all retarded too. Their line is, boy, it must be nice to have this much free time and no job. Don't say that to internet trolls. That one actually does sting them, which is funny because that one's kind of the corny one. You would think that one wouldn't bug them, but that's the one that gets them responding the most. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One person in the chat goes, how do you think the real world sees you? I don't know. When I go shopping and shit, I run into fans all the time and they go, hi, Aaron. That's how they see me. See us people who go outside? Just kind of, they don't, no offense, guys, they don't listen to you. They've got kids and things to do. Thank you, funeral director, but no, thank you. I won't be doing that. Thank you for the $2, buddy. All right, 105 away from knocking it out. Guys, I say we just get this last 105 in right now, and we call it another win for the toe. Boy, we're kind of tap dancing on some graves tonight. I like this. Oh, speaking of crying. So we just watched the Selena Gomez thing. I guess you could kind of say that Selena Gomez is forgiven for her crying, being emotional and all that, because she's not a news person. She's not a politics person. She's an entertainer, and they can be mentally ill. They can be a little up and down. They can be a little iffy, right? But if you're a journalist, you should be able to keep your shit together. Like, you shouldn't be talking about Trump stuff and crying on the air. Like, you should be able to deliver the news, deliver what you have to deliver in a calm and measured tone, and go about your business. Nicole Wallace was not able to do that. Now, if you don't know who Nicole Wallace is, Nicole Wallace used to work for the John McCain presidential campaign. And she hated Sarah Palin. Her and Sarah Palin got in a lot of catfights. And then she basically she started off as like MSNBC's House Republican. But then, like, it became clear that she was not a Republican at all. So she just tore off the mask, and now she's just a lefty news lady. This is her talking about the deportations, and good God, we're not even trying to be subtle with it anymore.
As we come on the air, the old saying, elections have consequences, is playing out in very real time in a very real way in cities all across our country as the Trump administration makes good on one of Trump's most controversial campaign promises, a promise that was immortalized in that sea of signs at the Republican National Convention. Mass deportations now. 1 week into Trump's second term, it's no longer an abstract idea or controversial campaign promise or even a convention sign. The deportations are underway.
She's reporting it like it's like 9/11. She's reporting it like Pearl Harbor got bombed or like JFK got his head blown off. And the guys, they're deporting people who don't have a right to be here and have a fucking criminal record. I don't know what to tell you. It's just, why on earth would you take what he said he was going to do it? He said it was going to be criminals. It's like this guy does everything he says, and they never listen to him. And then he does it, and they act like he just took a shit on their carpet. It's like he told you he was coming in to take a shit on the floor. Why did you put carpeting there? Well, we didn't think he'd actually do it. He's been doing it the entire time he's been saying it. And then they go, it's just a tragic day for America. Why? Why is it a tragic day for America? Because we have less criminals in our country? I always thought that was the goal. I always thought the dream we were going for was less crime, make the country a safer place, and make sure we have laws and we abide by them. Wasn't that your whole thing with trying to get Trump arrested and charged and convicted and all that other stuff? Wouldn't it, like, that was your whole thing, was like we have laws, we have a rule of law, we need to follow those laws, and we need to punish the people who break them. I guess unless they're here illegally and you think you can get them to vote for you in a couple years. It's just, I mean, you're doing the news. Read the fucking card, cash your check, go home. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I just checked the chat. Actual steel toe wearer is having a tough time. I'm sorry we're dunking on you guys so hard tonight. Jesus, actual steel toe wearer, calm down. He's giving me his itinerary for the day. He's like, dude, if that's your day, if that's the day you have, and then you're also obsessed with my hobbies, I've got bad news for you. Everyone thinks that's pathetic. And again, it's hobbies that you'll never do. Hobbies that I do, and I enjoy doing them. Like, I shudder to think what happens when you find out somebody plays Frisbee golf. You guys are going to call the Frisbee golf place. Like, you understand you look pathetic, right? I'm trying to help. That's all. Red Fox Mad with $4.99. We're dunking on him tonight, boys. Says it's amazing all the stuff the haters of this show do and how far they will go to try and showing this show down. Everything they do, they fail at. Yeah. I mean, and they obsess. So it's a double whammy. You obsess about another grown man's hobbies like it's normal. It's not. I'm telling you, it's mental illness. Take it or leave it. I'm trying to help. And then you fail at it is even worse. Red Fox Mad with $1.99. Okay, shut everything down. Yeah. And then you call him on the carpet. You're like, guys, it's kind of pathetic that you try to cancel a guy for having a hobby. And they're like, oh, we're not trying to cancel anybody. Sure you aren't, sweetheart. Sure you aren't, kiddo. Keep trying. It's only been 2 years. Maybe the third year it'll be a charm. You've got it, sweetie. Funeral director says you and Melton should reconcile, would show maturity. No way. The guy's creepy. Like, the guy literally, he has a problem with an attraction to children, the way he talks. And the things he said about my kids, no. Absolutely not. He's made his bed. He can lie in it. He is cursed with following me. That's his curse. I don't think I could own a guy any more than that. CJ with $2 says, I don't care where Wallace is from. Can we deport the twat? CJ just wants to deport everyone. It doesn't matter if they're here legally, illegally. Doesn't matter. He wants them gone. Coach Weekly. I hope you guys pick up your coach shirts. I think tomorrow or Wednesday, they'll be up and ready. The store is up. We just need to put stuff on it. I know what you're thinking, Aaron. Shouldn't you put the stuff on it first and launch the store? We'll get there, okay? Coach with $2 says, I'm making that sizzle reel. Hashtag good guy. You don't have to. They all know me. I'm very known in those circles. I probably just pissed some people off with that one, too. Sorry to dunk on you guys tonight. I'm in a good mood. $100 away. Who wants to throw in a chunk of that last 100? Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Thank you very much for a nice, quick-moving evening show. But I've learned my lesson now. You know, we used to get to $100, and I went, we are coasting from here. We're just coasting in. Nope. No more coasting. We got to shut this shit down. Got to knock it out and get it to zero. I'm not taking anything for granted. I've done that in the past, and it was a miscalculation, if you will. So get in there, throw in a few bucks. Let's knock out this last hundo. Let's call it a win for the toe and watch them seethe. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. All right. I need to know. This is, again, one of those stories where you're going, what the hell could a 2-year-old have done to justify someone slapping them? Oh, look, someone's being late in media. We have 2 host positions open. You are not wanted. Imagine being you. Imagine being you, and you're going to the toe with that, and then acting like I don't own you. Acting like you're not my plaything, my possession. You're pork chop. Rusty Grammar with $5 says, big chunk plays, boys. Fisky. There you go. $5, 95 away. Oh, boy, this is going to hurt some of you. I hope we can keep it going. This is going to sting. $95 from knocking it out tonight. You guys are taking a good beating, though. Here we go. Dan with $10. Dan's the man. He says, is 10 enough to shill my shitty t-shirts at shop.danvicious.com? Fucking, you give this. I'm a whore. I don't care if your t-shirts say Aaron sucks and he's the worst guy who ever lived. You throw us $10, we'll read it for you. $85 away. Let's go. 85 left to go. We've been dunking on them tonight. We've been doing a great show, and they are not liking it. Greenwood mom reacts to teacher allegedly slapping 2-year-old son. Now, why? How? Who? They're 2 years old. A 2-year-old does not even have control of its functions. It doesn't even know what it's doing in order to be slapped. All right, let's go ahead and find out what the hell happened here, because this is asinine.
A Greenwood mom is speaking out after prosecutors say a child care worker slapped her 2-year-old son.
Oh, if I may, let's just get this out of the way quickly. I got to say this. Single mom. If I could be a little more politically incorrect, if I could turn this into the Cumia show for a minute. Single mom, black dad. That's what I'm going with. If that shakes you up, I don't know what to tell you. $1.99 from Delco Lou says, hi, I hate the Minnesota Vikings. Go Eagles. I was wondering when we'd hear from you, Delco. Coach Sauce with $5 says, you are the golden goose of several other channels. I sure am, baby. And that is a win. That's a win for the toe right there, Coach Sauce. I got to tell you, Coach, thank you very much for the $5. From coach to coach. One guy was like, would you show me your pay stub from being a coach? And I'm like, I mean, I would, but let's be honest. If you hate my guts, are you really going to give me any kind of credit? No. Here's what you'll do. You'll go, I got him to show it. Guys, I know your game. You're not good at this. So here's what I'll do. I get paid to coach boxing. That rattles the fuck out of you to the point where you mass call people. You're on my dick. I win. Sorry. By the way, that puts us, I think, 80 or 75 away from tonight's goal. Keep it going.
Face. That worker is now charged with battery, and the state also cited Kitty Academy in Greenwood. WRTV Investigates Kara Kenny broke the story this week and explains how you can do your own investigation when it comes to choosing childcare.
Well, what investigation can you do where you're like, oh man, glad I didn't pick that place. I think they're going to punch my 2-year-old. I don't think there's any kind of search you can do that's going to like wave the red flag for that. Maybe, I don't know. But if it's that obvious, can we shut the place down?
Jessica Hill juggles 3 kids, college and work.
Oh my God, could she juggle a salad and all of that? Good Lord, that's a big bitch.
This was my first daycare experience. I've never had to have my kids out of my sight.
She chose Kitty Academy in Greenwood for one big reason. They have cameras you can watch in real time.
I had access
to
see him.
No. So she had to watch on film her kid get slapped in the face by a grown lady.
Jessica started watching the cameras like a hawk when she says her son didn't.
The way she watches a submarine sandwich. All right, is my prediction right? I'm trying to see here. The hair tells me my prediction's right. But I'm not sure about the rest.
Want to go to daycare. On November 4th, she saw Kitty Academy's director holding her son Jaden. Jessica called.
Oh, Jaden, yeah. Yeah, I think I nailed it on this one.
And says the director told her he fired a teacher for how she handled an incident with her son.
So immediately, being a mom, I was like, did she hit my son? Like, did she hit my son? Not gonna lie, me being a mom, I was like, you know what? I'm on my way.
When she arrived.
Put locks on the cupboards, quickly. Reinforce the chairs. She'll want to sit down, I guarantee it.
I said, it's my son. I want to see the video.
Jessica says Kitty Academy showed her a portion of.
Do you think it was difficult for her to leave the house while Princess Leia was tied to her, or do you think she unhooked her before she left for the academy? Just a question. Who hit my child Kun Laka Solo?
That the part where prosecutors say teacher Joyce Perkins slapped 2-year-old Jaden in the face.
What
was your reaction when you saw the video?
It was rage. Like, I just wished I could see her.
It would be disbelief first. Like, it would be, holy shit, she did not just slap a 2-year-old in the face. They're like teaching him pro wrestling, and that was a working slap. There's no fucking way. That was AI or something.
Like, still to this day, I would ask her why. Like,
we stopped by Perkins' home and left a business card, but haven't heard back. Court documents say
That's weird. You stop by, you're saying the news with cameras stopped by at a lady's house who's accused of slapping a 2-year-old in the mouth, and she didn't come to the door? Pff, fucking pussy.
Perkins told law enforcement she slapped the child because he was the one spitting on me, and that's battery too.
Oh my God. The kid was spitting on me, so I slapped him. Look, the kid's being raised by this fat lump of a single mom. I'm sure the kid's kind of a hellion. But like, slapping someone in the face or hitting somebody is something to do when a grown-up spits in your face. When a 2-year-old does it, that's an on-the-job hazard. You know? That's like if you work at a factory and like working on one of the lines in the factory, you hurt your shoulder. You don't blow up the machine. Like, that's what you fucking get for hurting my shoulder. It's a job hazard. That's one of the risks of being on the job. A 2-year-old spits in your face. That's one of those things you got to learn how to handle without physically accosting the child.
I mean, he's 2. He's going to do things that he's not supposed to do.
Okay, but ma'am, miss, if I could, you disgust me. Could we teach the 2-year-old not to spit? Because if he's spitting at strangers, he's spitting at home. Let's discipline the kid a little bit.
Do you put yourself in a position to work with children? And that's not okay. There's other things she could have done.
The daycare's director.
No. There's not other things she could have done. She could have done literally anything. Literally anything other than what she did would have been better than slapping the kid in the mouth.
Told WRTV Investigates they reported the incident to police, the Department of Child Services, and the Family and Social Services Administration. FSSA's website shows they cited Kitty Academy of Greenwood for inappropriate discipline.
I had no clue that there was a way we could look it up.
Here's how to do your own investigation.
I don't care. I just care about the 2-year-old getting slapped in the face. I don't care about doing my own investigation. Andrea Plus with $5. Oh, yeah, Andrea with a great point here. Great point by Andrea. Sad but true. Grown men used to chop wood and build things. Now trolling for R words like fat trick makes them feel manly. Ick. That's why I like the toe. That's why a lot of people who are a little higher brow, not that we have the highest brow audience out there, but that's why people who like actual shows come to this show. Like, you got to be pretty sad and pathetic to like that kind of a program. No offense, but I do judge you. But you know that. You know I judge you. Like, think about it. You're obsessed with me. Of all the things. You're obsessed with me. I'm in your head. I win. Think about that. And then change your life. Dan with another $10 says, thanks for sharing my link. DanVicious.com. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Dan, for the $20. I appreciate it. Hey, we're only $65 away from knocking it out tonight. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. Let's get that last $65 taken care of. Are you a toe boy? Be part of that last 65. And let's go. Thank you, Daniel, for your $20 this evening. By the way, Andrea still in the lead with $85 for the week. She is growing her lead. I know Gray Duckling got himself up to 34, but oh boy, Andrea is running away with it this week. Time to get in there, boys and girls. You're gonna let a girl tell you what's up? I can't believe this. What's this world coming to? Get it, boys and girls. $65 away from knocking out the almighty goal and making it another win for the toe. And again, we kind of been dunking on the man children tonight, and it's been kind of fun. I'm looking forward to all the Cope streams that'll come from it. By the way, I don't watch them. I hear about them though. People are like, "Ew, you should hear how pathetic this is." Like, I can believe it. Lori Lightfoot came out with her findings on her months-long investigation into Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, and guys, I think we might be coming to the end of days for old Tiffany Henyard, which really sucks because, boy, I like her. If you don't know Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, she is the most unabashed bad guy. Like, she's a better heel than I am. She is a complete piece of shit. I mean, she took this city of Dalton, and it was $3 million to the good. It had $3 million in reserves. And she would pay like off-duty cops to be her security so she could walk around handing out water bottles. She went and she would take trips to Las Vegas and take a bunch of city staffers with her. And she would go, "Oh, well, it's for work. It's a work event, so we're going to use city money." And they would go fucking crazy. In fact, one of the reasons she got caught was one of the cops that used to take money for her, one of the suits, the brass, if you will, flipped, turned on her, ratted her out. And now they brought in Lori Lightfoot, the former governor or the former mayor of Chicago, and said, she's a lawyer. And they said, "Do you want to look into this and do a little investigating?" Lori Lightfoot investigated, and she found that Tiffany's been an even worse girl than we thought. I mean, she has, oh boy, has she been, I mean, we're talking $8 million she just wasted. I don't mean like she spent $8 million. I mean, on top of the money that the city usually spends, she's the first mayor in city history to have the city credit card taken away from her. She's not allowed to have it. Then she's also a county commissioner in the neighboring county or the county that Dalton's in. And she double dips and she takes 2 salaries. She makes like $250,000 a year. And she uses the city and the county coffers as her own personal piggy bank. She is a wild piece of shit. Real quick, let's say thank you to Daniel. Daniel says, let's go, and throws in another $10. Thank you, Daniel. Hey, guys, 55 away from making a mold and cope and seethe and bow down to the fucking toe. Let's do it. $55. Be a part of it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. You know I love my PayPals and my Venmos, boys and girls. Let's keep it going. CJ with $2. Is this true? Jim Acosta has been fired? Oh, that's just... No, I can't handle that. That's too much winning. That's too much. There's no fucking way. This just in... Jim Acosta is out at CNN per multiple reports. Trump famously told Acosta, CNN should be ashamed to employ you. And now they are. Notorious liberal scold and anti-Trump legacy news personality Jim Acosta is out at CNN. Wow. How about, like, after January 6th, if I would have said January of 2025, Trump will be in and Acosta will be out, you probably could have made a lot of money making that bet. That would have probably been long odds, but yet, here we are. Here we are. Wow, thank you, CJ, for breaking that news. Haters on the run, steel toe haters on the run tonight. Got them backs against the wall. Exposed. Jim Acosta out at CNN. And $55 away from tonight's goal. Let's fucking go, boys. We just got one thing left to do, and that's knock it off. Let's knock it off and get to 0. Billy Bob Norris says they offered him a midnight show. They sold it to him by saying it would be prime time on the West Coast, and he refused. Oh, no. They offered him a midnight show. And they tried to sell it as prime time. Okay, now I'm starting to feel bad. Now I'm starting to feel bad. 350 of you in here checking out the toe. That's good late night. That's good late evening show numbers. We peaked out at over 400 today. Peaked out in the 9s on the morning show today. Thank you guys very much. You're the absolute best. Look at them. I've even got the steel toe haters seething so hard they're rooting for the goal. Actual steel toe wearer. He tried and failed tonight, so now he's being a toe boy. That's what we do. We break him over here. He says, come on, boys, $55. Aaron's earned it. Get it. We've broken them all. Let's finish them off and get it to 0. I have a question. How come when I do it, people get mad? But if anyone else does it, we're just playing around. We're just how come when I have fun, they get mad? And when they have fun, I embrace it. I don't understand. It's like I got to teach you guys how to do this. And by God, I'm telling you, I'm not giving up on you. You're going to get there. You're going to be good boys and girls. You're going to be good toe boys. The rest of you, fire into that $55 and let's call it a win for the toe. All right, on to some of Lori Lightfoot's findings. She's been going long enough now on the report that people have been able to clip some spots out of it. Here's some of the things that Tiffany Henyard has done that are, shall we say, naughty.
Miller and Janice, meaning Janice Johnson, end quote. I can tell you that the mere transmittal of information where there's no actual action being taken is not a violation of the Open Meetings Act. So in sum, by March 2022, the trustees were effectively cut off from receiving regular financial reports generated by the Kasperic firm, which would have provided them with information on the true financial condition of the village, and they would have been able to see at that point that...
So not only was Tiffany Henyard spending money like a drunken sailor, she was preventing the rest of the county trustees from seeing the books. So she was going on vacations. She was going on these trips. She was spending all this money on off-duty police officers and big, county festivals. She would throw these big county parties with like A-list stars and pay them like $50,000 to come out. And then the whole county and the whole city would be like, Tiffany Henyard's great. She's wonderful. And she would just blow through the county's money like shit they couldn't afford to do. And she would get all the kudos for it. Well, now we're finding out that the reason she was able to do this, Lori Lightfoot is telling us, is because she just stopped telling the county what the monetary situation was. I didn't even know one person could do that. Where we live, we have a county treasurer. And the county treasurer will tell you what they tell the board what the situation is. So I can't believe that in where Tiffany Henyard is, she just has the authority to just hide the shit. Dan Vicious says, share a shirt design you like. I'll do another 20. Oh, well, shit. Hold on just 1 second. Let's go to, what is it? shop.danvicious.com. Let's take a look. Oh, holy shit. Are these are these anti-Patrick Melton shirts? Stop giving groomers access to your children. Natural immunity, cult of the mass COVIDians. Anti-socialist, I like that one. I like the anti-socialist one. Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. Wood chipper. I like wood. I'm going to go with killing babies isn't health care. This is shop.danvicious.com. Thank you, Dan, for the contributions today. Dan, I'm going to say anti-socialist or wood chipper is my favorite shirt, buddy. And thank you very much for your generosity. All right, let's go back to Lori Lightfoot. So Tiffany Henyard basically just stops showing everyone the money she's spending, and that's how she gets to spend the money she's spending. That checks out.
There was a significant increase in expenses, as we reported previously, while at the same time, there was not revenue to match those expenses.
Wait a minute. Were people live? Wait, so this is a clip of someone live streaming the Lori. God damn.
Now I want to shift gear and talk to you a little bit about FOIA. Now, this is not a FOIA.
Now I want to stop here before she moves to FOIA.
All right. Now I don't want to watch somebody else. So I'll just listen to her talk about it. This sounds like this was part of the summation of the meeting. This is another clip from Lori.
Let's give a little background on Mayor Tiffany Henyard. As many of you know, she's a lifelong resident of the village. She served as a village trustee from 2013 to 2021. Her bio cites that she graduated from Robert Morris College, although we were unable to verify that.
Oh, no. You never want someone to read the college you went to and then have everybody laugh. That's not good. She said she went to this college, but we couldn't find any evidence that she did.
And she became mayor as of May 2021. Now, keep in mind, folks, there were two elections. There was an election at the end of February that went to a runoff, and then there was a final election later that spring. At the time of that second election, according to records provided to us by the County Clerk's Board of Elections, only 9.5% of registered voters in Dalton came out to vote.
Oh my, that can't be real. That's a real number. So she got voted in by less than 10% of the electorate. And apparently the dumbest less than 10% of the electorate went in there and voted for Tiffany Henyard. Oh, shit. Do we have any more clips of this? I'm sure we'll get to more of this tomorrow. But this was happening while we were on the air. This is more into the misuse of funds. Before we jump into this, let's throw in a few thank yous here. Jack with $10 says, "We coming for you." Wow, thank you very much, Jack. I appreciate it. And There you go. Dan Vicious with another $20. He is a man of his word. Look at that. He says, thank you. No, thank you. Shop.danvicious.com. Go check that out. Shop.danvicious.com. Well, there's another 30 to the goal. Loaded wrench with $5. Says she got that hairline that Aaron would kill for. Oh man, I am a Lori Lightfoot hairline fan. Are you kidding me? That puts us, oh my God, $25 away from knocking this thing out. Boys and girls, what do you say? Let's get it down to 0. Let's call it a win for the toe, and let's send them home unhappy. Let's send them home mad. Thank you guys. Tonight has been fun. We've been fucking giving it to them. We have been fucking giving her today. $25 away from tonight's goal. Knock it out, and shit, if you want to knock out the 35 that the morning left behind, I'm not against that either. Let's get greedy. Throw in $50. We'll call it a win for both.
September 28, 2021, in an email to John Kasparek, Chris Mirabali, remember this guy who was responsible for supervising the work here at Dalton, noted, quote, the mayor has requested that the warrant list for both electronic and regular billing be sent to her first for review and approval prior to it being released to the board.
I love that she did this in front of a live audience instead of like just reading it. So we can hear them go, oh, what a piece of shit. Like, I wish she would have done this in a pro wrestling ring with a microphone. She'd be like, she said she went to this college, but nobody can find it. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Quote, the mayor has requested that the warrant list for both electronic and regular billing be sent to her first for review and approval prior to it being released to the board.
So this, like, whether it was the city or the county, Tiffany Henyard was getting all of the spending reports and then basically saying, oh, don't worry, I'll share it with the board. I'll make sure the board gets this. Yeah, sure you will. Spoiler alert, she didn't.
On October 4th, 2021, Trustee House emailed Mirabali seeking missing payroll reports that he had not received since the August 27th, 2021 payroll.
Uh-oh.
That same day, Mirabali...
So for over a month, she hadn't been sending payroll reports. That's because of, obviously, we know now who she had on the payroll. They would have busted her a long time ago. This is kind of the city and county's fault, too, because they did not check up on this chick. Like, there are checks and balances for a reason. If they would have been a little impolite, they could have went to her and they could have just went, hey, where's the payroll report? Come on, let's have it right now. But instead, they trusted her, and boy, look where that got them.
Mirabali forwarded that email from Trustee House to Mayor Henyard and sought advice on how to respond. On October 21st, 2021, Chris Mirabali reported to John Kasparek via email that Mayor Henyard was very upset with him because he disclosed in a board meeting that she had directed him not to send trustees payroll records. There's a board meeting that precedes this October 21st date where you can see on the YouTube video that she's asking him, did I tell you not to send this information? He answered in the affirmative, and then that was the source of...
Oh my God. So she tattled on herself in email. She went, hey, did I tell you to hide this thing from the rest of the board? And he's like, yeah. Oh no, honey. How did it take this long to catch this dipshit? Like, I can't let Dalton completely off the hook. They are stupid. They had to bring in Lori Lightfoot to clean this whole thing up because they were too busy drooling into buckets and going, we don't know how to stop her. She just spends it. Well, have you looked at what she's spending it on? We don't know how. She won't give it to us. Oh, because she's not like a criminal mastermind. She's retarded. She just found a city where they're dumber than she is.
Her anger with him. He was later called into a meeting with the mayor in the presence of Janice Johnson and Dorothy Brown. And the mayor, in effect, told him that he should never contradict her in public and that he should shade the truth.
Jesus Christ. She just openly told people to be crooked for her. Dude, like every investigator in the world is watching this going, I'm so fucking jealous. I want to work on a case like this. And then you got to go to the rest of the city and you got to be like, did none of you say anything? Like none of you just went, hey, show us the shit you've got. And she went, no. And they went, oh, well, we tried. Oh my God. So we thought that Lori Lightfoot would look into Tiffany Henyard and we'd find out, oh my God, she was hiding it here. She was hiding the money here. She was hiding the spending this way. Nope. She just refused to release the documents and then told other city workers to hide it for her, and they did. And all you had to do was request the paperwork and you could have seen it. Unbelievable. Loaded Wrench gifting a membership. Thank you. CJ with $2 says, I'd say deport the twat, but she's already in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, what can you do, really? Grand Poobah said, good to see Michael Keaton is still working. Come on, Michael. We don't even have the right skin tone for a Michael Keaton reference. That puts us $20 away, boys and girls, from knocking it out tonight before we even get to the 5-minute mark. Daniel Weston with $5 says, one more hour. I can't. SP's going to be here soon. I want to spend some time with my lady. I love her. I just want to hang out with her and that's me just letting all the thoughts in my head be thoughts in my head and not saying them to you. Just going to go that way. That puts us $15 away. Hey, kids, let's knock out the rest of it. And again, $40-50 knocks out tonight and last night. I'll give you a deal. You guys knock out that whole 15 for tonight, and then the 30 from this morning, I'll do an extra hour no matter what tomorrow night. We'll do a 3-hour Tuesday evening show if you guys knock out both. But right now, let's keep our eye on the prize. $15 away from coming away with another big win for the toe. Thank you guys very much for helping us out tonight. All right, we got to open up some more of these stories. So are they like dancing on Henyard's grave now? Is she done? Is like now that Lori Lightfoot has come out and told this dumb shit Podunk City, like, hey, retards, I did your investigating for you. This was all out in plain sight. Like, now can they go after her? Or I think this might be an FBI thing. The FBI are looking into this as well. I know another case. It's confusing the hell out of me because I want to know details on the case. But in the case I'm talking about, the information given has been given to a county and the FBI. So I don't really know who's in charge of shit. So sometimes that can be really frustrating. Sorry. Just thought that would be funny if I did that. All right, we got Jack with $15 says another win for the toe. Hey, anti-steel toe people.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I'm your Huckleberry. We won. You lost. We won. You lose. I'm not going to be classy about it either. I'm just going to go, nah, 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 nah. We're going to call his gym twice tomorrow. Okay, Scott and I will laugh at you twice tomorrow. He did. Like now, every time I go to the gym, like this morning, it just starts. I have to stop at the office window and talk to Scott. He's like, God, these people are dumb. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, he said today, he goes, boy, you really rile them up, don't you? I go, I'm fucking good at it. I've been doing, like, you guys are nothing new to us. Steel Toe on the radio, we were number one for a reason. We just fucking worked them all up. We got them all worked up, got them all invested. That's why we were the tops, dude. That's why we were the best. All right, so we're 35 away from this morning. If you guys knock out the 35 from this morning, I'm doing a 3-hour show tomorrow night. That's a promise. That's a fact, Jack. Let's put that in the chat. Here we go. Pants Maestro, yes. Yes, it has. Was that another thing you were kind of banking on? I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's all done, buddy. That's too bad. You gonna be okay? You live alone, I'm guessing. You need someone to tuck you in. Maybe you have a roommate. Maybe he can come tuck you in tonight. Pants Maestro, it'll be okay. If I eat butter, would you feel better? If I had some butter? I melted butter this week, and the kids dipped one of their little toasted snacks in it. They dipped it in melted butter, and they ate it. Is that close enough? Sweetie pie? Gorgeous? Is that okay? I just want you to feel better. He says I would. See, there we go. At least Pants Maestro is honest. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, have you guys been seething about ratings, too? About us being number one? Oh, my God. Did you guys don't remember when we exposed Patrick's little ratings sheet he showed, the 12 plus, 12 it was 6 a.m. to 12 midnight ratings that he showed, where our morning show was so fucking good and our numbers were so good that it brought the whole station up to number 4. Oh, that was one of my favorite owns too, was watching Patrick and his fans not be able to read. It said right at the top of the ratings thing, it said 12 plus, 6 a.m. to midnight. And they were like, these are Aaron's numbers. And you're just like, oh, no. That's another one where I went, I'm just owning space in their head, dude. Yeah, 18 to 49, we had a 30 share. We fucking killed it. It was ridiculous. And then I blew it all up. I love how you guys, like actual steel toe wear, they get so butthurt when I just point out that I was number 1. You do know that I fucked that up, right? Like, you know that I dicked myself on that deal. Like, so you can feel better about it. You don't have to make up excuses. Yeah, Taste Fairy Ialto. Yes, he has shown it multiple times. Again, I'm sorry. Facts don't matter to onion heads. It just doesn't. Their big thing is they lie, and then they accuse you of lying. It's the most rudimentary shit I've ever seen. Sanford's son with 2143. Thank you very much. Oh, they are seething tonight. They can't keep their seed to themselves. $20 away from this morning. We're doing an hour extra tomorrow night if we get that last 20. Sanford's son with 2143 says, did you see Nick saying today that April wanted to get Gordy back, but you allegedly wouldn't let her? Story? Yeah, I'll go through my text tonight where she says, I don't want to take Gordy away from the kids. And that was actually very sweet of her. You know, there always seemed to be this thing. When she wasn't around Nick, she was always very sweet to me. And then as soon as she would like tell Nick that she spoke to me, whether it was about our possessions or the dog or anything else, and that it was nice and that we had a decent conversation, all of a sudden it would flip. Like she would flip. Like he's definitely got that cult leader control. Like you know that from Keanu's stories, but he doesn't want to let it go apparently. That's too bad. He's got to focus on his shit, man. A lot of people reoffend when they're on that probation. It's a high percentage. April wanted to get Gordy back, but you allegedly wouldn't let her. Story. Yeah. I'll go through tonight, I guess. I haven't really thought about it. Apparently he thinks about it. Pants Maestro goes, is this moving on? Somebody asked me a question, I'm answering. Again, you just can't handle these L's, buddy. He doesn't like it when I tell the truth, when I expose the lie. Pants Maestro doesn't like it. He's got his, but that's okay. I like having fun with him, and he's got his biases. I know where he stands. But no, she said she didn't want to take the kids away from the dog. Plus, that's my dog. Like, we picked it out together, but that's my kind of dog. That's my breed of dog that I like. And also, I'm not sending my dog with someone who at the time was addicted to cocaine. We got to remember, this is before the arrest. She was still hoofering the schneef. I know this because whenever I would get texts from her, it would be at 4 a.m. And they would end with good night. So, yeah. I wasn't going to send Gordy with someone who was in that condition. I saw how dogs live over there. There's no fucking way I would expose Gordy to that. Now he's at least in a house where people love him and would take care of him. And he's housebroken, which is the bare minimum you should do as a dog owner. So there you go. I got to tell you, man, he's been given a second chance morally as a human being, as someone who probably gave his kid coke. He probably doesn't deserve a second chance, but the law says everybody gets one. If he continues with this obsession, he's not going to make it. That's just the facts. That's not even being mean. It's just clean up your act. Let me go. And try to better yourself. I know it's never your fault, sweetheart. I know it's always someone else's fault, but you're going to have to look in the mirror and get to know that guy at some point. Sorry. Are the Obamas headed for divorce? This is Clay Travis. I'll admit I had not put this together, and I should have, because Michelle wasn't at Jimmy Carter's funeral, and Michelle wasn't at the inauguration. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, Michelle Obama said that she didn't want to be near Trump. I don't know, man. That doesn't wash, because she wasn't, being near Trump, you do that to go to Jimmy Carter's funeral to pay your respects. So I don't understand the whole not going to the funeral thing. Not going to the inauguration? George W. fucking hates Trump with a passion for what he said about his family. But like George and Laura went, I don't buy it. Let's listen to Clay Travis here. He's going to talk about whether or not the Obamas are headed for divorce.
It is odd that Michelle Obama wasn't at the Jimmy Carter funeral and wasn't at the inauguration. She hates Trump that much? And then people started saying, wait a minute, something else going on here. Rumors are out there that Barack Obama is having an affair, and they said he's having an affair with Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston has denied it.
That'd be fucking dope, though. Good for him. And then Barack Obama's out there hooking up with Jennifer Aniston. Not a bad play for a guy his age. Nice work, Barack. I think everybody would feel sympathy if Barack got away from Michelle. She seems like a lot. She does not seem like a lot of fun. Like, imagine your wife embarrassing you like that and you allow it by her going, I'm not going to the funeral. I'm not going to the inauguration. And you're just like, oh, like, Barack's probably just like, okay, all right. I don't want to fight. I'll do it. Can I invite Aniston? You son of a bitch. All right, I won't. Bad timing. But you can, I get it. I can see that.
But it's out there that there's...
So you think Hillary Clinton wanted to go to Trump's inauguration? You think Hillary Clinton wanted to go to that funeral and be near Donald Trump? Of course not. But they went. So either Michelle Obama's a giant fucking baby or they are having some problems.
Some sort of tension now in their relationship. If you knew that that was what people were saying, if your wife didn't show up at a big event like the Jimmy Carter funeral, and if she didn't show up at a big event like the inauguration, and by the way, I'm not saying this because we're not presidents, but you had two big events in your life, and your wife or husband didn't show up for either of them, and everybody else's spouse is coming, and there's not an easy explanation for it.
I mean, normally I would agree with Clay Travis and say he's 100% on the right track, but we're also talking about Michelle Obama here, and she's an absolute witch on a broom. So I could go either way on it.
It wouldn't be crazy for people to say, what's going on here? And if all that chatter started, and this is common, by the way, whether you're president or not, what do you hear about? Oh, Hollywood couple, their relationship's not going well. What's one of the ways that they write about it and talk about it? You go out and you're not wearing your ring. But you know what Obama did last night? With all of these rumors swirling around?
I'm in now. Like, I was going to pause there and just like comment on that part, but I'm like, you know what? No, he's got me. Clay Travis is a good broadcaster. He's kind of got me hooked in on this. I'm like, all right, you know what? I went into this going, nah, they're not. Their marriage isn't in trouble. They're fine. They're just two guys loving each other, having a little man love. You know, no issue. Michael and Barack.
He went out to dinner by himself in Washington, D.C., his hometown.
Gay going out to dinner by yourself. Actually, you know, there was a guy. SP and I were out at Paulie's in Maple Grove. Just love this burger bar in Maple Grove. I love that place. And we found it together. Aw, right? Aren't we sweet? We went to Paulie's, and there was a guy sitting at the bar. He was by himself. He was having a drink, and they brought him his food. And your immediate impulse when you see someone eating by themselves is to go like, oh, that's weird, eating by yourself. Actually looked really content. It actually looked kind of awesome. That guy eating by himself.
That's weird.
If you're sitting at a table, it's weird. If you're sitting at a table eating dinner by yourself, that's weird. If you're at the bar and you're having a drink and you decide to have some food, that's okay.
Okay? If everybody out there is saying, oh, Barack and Michelle, they got issues in their marriage, and everybody's out there talking about it, chirping away, the natural thing to do would actually be go out to dinner in your hometown together, the place where you're living.
I disagree with that. I think you ignore those fucking retards. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, you either do what I do and you play with them, or just let them seethe. Or, yeah, Barack Obama should do what I do. I should be giving Barack Obama tips. Like Jesse P.S. says, I handle these people better than anyone else. I think that's terrible advice from Clay Travis. Go out with your wife just to respond to rumors. It's like, are you kidding? How insecure are you that you're going to put that out there just to respond to retards talking on the internet? Stop it. None of it's real.
People say, okay, well, they're still okay, whether it's true or not. Hey, they're going out to dinner.
They did. They went
out to dinner by yourself?
But they went for their anniversary.
As the former
recently.
president at a fancy restaurant? In the city you live in? I'm sorry, it's really strange behavior. If anything, it feels to me like this is Obama saying, yeah, things are screwed up.
No, if he showed up to dinner with Jennifer Aniston, that would say shit's screwed up. That would be going the extra mile.
And what if the actual story is not that Michelle Obama hates Trump? What if she hates her husband right now?
That's kind of funny, though.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Sorry. That's kind of funny, though. Like, I don't know if I buy it, but like her going, I'm not going to the fucking funeral. I'm not going to Jimmy Carter's funeral. Why is it, honey? Is it because you don't like Donald Trump? No, I hate you, you goofy looking bitch. Oh, sorry. I apologize for that. Now, Taste Ferry Alto, I kind of thought this too. I kind of, the Jesus Christ get a life thing. But I don't know. There's something about, there's a part of it that's gossipy, and I kind of get intrigued. I get distracted too. Distractions are nice. Raz of Chaz with $2 says, just got here. Have you seen this? Oh, yeah, we have this for tomorrow's show. Raz of Chaz, the J6 guy who got shot and killed during a traffic stop. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you wonder if something fucking goofy's going on. If maybe there's been some if they're upset that the J6, what's the word? I can't remember the word. Pardon. There we go. Too many hours today. They don't like that the J6 people got pardoned. And so the agents that are still left around from the Biden administration are going around capping. I don't think so. I'm not going to go with the conspiracy theory on that one. I think that was just dumb luck. Funeral director with $5. Funeral director, I think you're reading too much into it. All I said was I've been civil with April many times over the past year or so. There's been uncivil times. The night that Fury and Usyk fought the first time, we were just texting away about the fight. That was nice. But there would always just be there would always be some, like, there was a time of night where a switch just flipped and she would kind of turn into somebody else, and you don't know what that was. But the last time I spoke to her, or the last time I texted with her about a month or two ago, very civil. Very civil. But then she went dark on all her social media. It's not like we were like having an ongoing conversation. It was just about the phone thing. And she was in a really tough spot, and I felt bad. You know, the guy on the Verizon guy on the phone goes, she sounds like really bummed out. She's worried that she upset you or whatever. I'm like, no. I'm like, she didn't upset me at all. I'm just trying to separate all the lines and create different accounts and remove the auto pay. Like, I'm just trying to untangle this thing, let her know I'm not upset. So I DM'd her on Twitter, and I just said, basically what I said was, don't ever worry about how I'm doing. I'm fine. Take care of yourself. Be better, so on and so forth. And she's like, okay, good. I was worried you were mad. I know those things can be tough. And I went, it's fine. It's all taken care of. And I said, thank you for cooperating. I really appreciate it. And then I think 3 days later, all her accounts went dark. So, yes, the actual steel toe wearer does not like that happened. He is like, this is fan fiction. It is funny, the seethe. I love the seethe. When it's something they don't want to hear, when it doesn't compute with their reality, then it never happened. That, in a way, you're kind of like Nick in that way. I would say get better. That can lead to a bad road. All right, guys, we are only $15 away from knocking out this morning. I'll do a 3-hour show tomorrow night if we do that last $15. Oh boy, I got to steel toe wearer today. I really got to him. I'm sorry, buddy. That's just what happened. It was a fucking cell phone thing. It wasn't that big of a deal. Just wanted to let you know that it was very cordial. We weren't planning on going to lunch together. We weren't planning on being best buds. We just cordially handled a disassociation of phone lines. I didn't know that would upset you that much. I didn't know that would lead you on an investigative journey. Actual steel toe, I have a prediction. By the end of 2025, if he keeps following steel toe, actual steel toe wearer is going to have a nervous breakdown. He's losing his shit. We are $15 away from making good on this morning. Thank you very, very much. High school. Oh yeah, this kid. Bro. So there's an accusation in this. I think this was in Georgia. There was a basketball game going on, and some kid just fucking floored two guys. Not like threw his elbows on a rebound or anything like that. Like one guy just punched two kids in the face. He claims that the kids called him the N-word. He said that the kids called him the N-word, so he just saw red, he got mad, and he belted the two kids. I don't know. Like, even if he did get called the N-word, I mean, this seems like a pretty vicious punishment. I mean, as far as street rules go, yeah, it's a good way to learn a lesson. As far as, like, at a high school basketball game goes, I'm pretty sure you can't do this. Oh, that's a good shot, though. That was a good right hand. You see he kind of got extension on it. A lot of people, they kind of choke their right hand off. That doesn't sound good. A lot of people smother their own power and they throw that short right. He, as Manny Stewart used to say, he got the snap out of it. He got it just as the fist turns over. Nice shot, young man. That's not the first time he's done that to someone. Go back. Oh, no, it's Twitter. You gotta hit refresh if you skip around too much. God damn. So he pushes him to the floor. Oh! Touched him. And he put it right on the button. That's where you want to hit someone. Right on the button, the side of the chin there. Moves the whole head. Out you go. That's where the saying right on the button comes from. Button of the chin, right? That's where you want to put your punches. Oh, and then, he got the second kid right away. Oh, got him with a left. He snuck the left in there on that kid. He saw the right, so he assumed the right would be coming. He didn't know the left was on the way. I'll go back. Oh, there's the right. Then here. Boom! Boy, they stopped fucking with him after that. That kid ain't moving either. Oh, boy, did he take a good shot. He might be sleeping for a minute. You might want to let him wake up naturally. Don't move him. He might have hit something on the way down. We don't really know. Oh. That is, if you're a high school basketball referee, that's your nightmare scenario, because you have just lost complete control of the entire situation. Now, they were into the second half of the game. Bystanders intervened. There was nobody else got punched. According to a Gordon County Sheriff's Office incident report, the 16-year-old's violent outburst started because his opponent kept calling him the N-word, and he lost his temper. The report does not state whether or not the boy admitted to using racist language. Well, you're going to lose a whole lot of sympathy if you do. Yeah, I called him the N-word. Why? Oh, you fucking idiot. Like, we were going to, have sympathy for you. Now we just kind of have to walk away. The report does not say whether or not the boy admitted to using racist language. Deny. We've reached out to Sonoraville High for comment, but haven't heard back yet. The puncher is now facing 2 charges of simple battery. Rockmart Schools has not publicly addressed the situation. Privately, they're calling lawyers and having a lot of conversations. Pants Maestro says, so kind of like what Nick is saying about punching. No, Nick said hit him in the neck, which if you're boxing and you get hit in the neck, you fucked up. Something went wrong. Nobody hits him. It's just so retarded. But thank you, Pants Maestro. I will say this. If I ever need somebody to defend me when I'm just fucked, I want Pants Maestro to do it, because Pants Maestro defends people who are completely fucked. And as we just he doesn't succumb to the peer pressure. He's like, I'm still going to defend the guy who says PDF stuff, and I'm going to defend the guy whose 9-year-old got into the cocaine. I'm going to defend those guys, not the guy who got away from all that shit. Pants Maestro, he has his priorities, he has his morals, and he sticks to them. It's defending PDFs and drug addicts. And I got to say, Pants Maestro, you do a wonderful job. If I ever become anything close to that, I want Pants Maestro to defend me, because he has absolutely no scruple. If he hates someone, he's got blinders on. Pants Maestro is just blind to it all. He's the man. He's who you want. He's just big and dumb. And he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. But he swings for the fences, man. And I appreciate it. What are we at? 20 or 15? Let's do the 15. Let's knock that out. $15 away from tonight. Or no, not tonight. We already knocked out tonight. Sorry, boys. Sorry. We knocked that out. We are 15 away from knocking out this morning. So go ahead. A few people throw us some 5s, or we could do it $2 at a time. That would be kind of fun. Go ahead and do that, and we'll call it 2 wins for the toe. We'll pull a dub tonight, and then we'll do a 3-hour show tomorrow evening. Appreciate it. Yeah, McBuster says Pants Maestro is a Melton and Nick Pantslicker. Imagine that. Like, you go online and that's what you do. I mean, I guess those that do host and those that can't, bitch. Sorry, buddy. I still like you, though. You're wrong all the time, but you're valiant about it. We used to say as a kid, you suck with a passion. Adam with $1. Thank you very much, Adam. We appreciate that. That's going to make it 14:30 away from knocking out this morning's shortfall. Thank you guys very much for your generous contributions. Keep throwing in 2s, 3s, 5s, whatever, as Steel Toe really gives them a spanking this evening. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Lizzo has lost her goal weight. Lizzo hit the goal too. Lizzo knocked out the goal. Good for her. I don't see her catching a lot of shit this time. I remember like 5 years ago, she tried to lose weight, and her fans were mad at her because she was a body positivity person, healthy at any size, which we know is horseshit. but she kind of got shamed out of losing weight, and she just became a big, fat hunk of thing again. Well, this time she actually stuck to it. She didn't listen to anybody because, as you know, when people are online and they're saying, don't do this, don't do that, it's their own inner fear being projected onto you. So Lizzo stuck with it this time, and she actually lost the weight, man. And holy shit, like, we've shit on Lizzo a lot on this show, and she's eaten it. But this time, shit, man, she deserves credit.
I am actually on an intentional weight loss journey right now. Even at the end of my weight loss journey, I'm not going to be considered thin by any means. I will still be considered morbidly obese on the BMI, and little bros on the internet are still going to call me big-backed.
Stop. Don't let that. Either laugh it off and have fun with them and just taunt them back. They're pathetic. They have no lives. You'll be fine. Or ignore them completely. Don't worry about what they're going to think.
But I will be happy.
And I am happy. I did it. Today I stepped on the scale and I met my weight release goal.
I mean, I know that, you know, people want to say, oh, she's still fat. Yeah, she is. She's still really big. But like, you remember how big she was when she started? Like, you gotta have checkpoints, you know, you gotta have benchmarks. You know, it's like a video game. You don't beat the level all at once. Sometimes you got to turn off the game. So you hit a checkpoint, a place where you can save it, and you'll pick up from there. You know, if she goes, oh, I hit my weight loss goal, we're good. And then she can kind of like rest now, keep that weight off for a while, and then she can start another weight loss journey anew. And maybe, you know, she'll knock down a few more. But I don't know. The problems this country's having with health and obesity and all that, I think anytime someone tries to lose a shitload of weight, we should cheer them on. I don't care who they are. Just, you know, 'cause ultimately, if enough people do it, it's going to cost you and I less money. You know, we all know how insurance works and how Medicare and Medicaid and all that stuff works. It'll cost the rest of us less if these people, you know, get their shit together. 280 and 140. Thank you guys. 420 coming in for the toe. Loaded Wrench with $2 says, is that kid in your class? Hashtag coach. He's very bitter. No Pen 15 with $1. Oh, the black kid in the basketball game? I don't know. I don't know. No Pen 15 with $1. Thank you. CJ with $2 says, Google Maps has officially changed it to Gulf of America. Awesome. We'll check that out before we go. And Adam Simon with $1. Thank you very much. So you guys are trying to knock this thing out $1 at a time. Well, guess what? We are $10.10 away from knocking out this morning's goal. Keep it going. Let's hammer out the last 10-10 and call it 2 wins for the toe tonight. I appreciate it, guys. You're the absolute best. Let's push a little bit further. Turd Burglar says her fat ass ain't never playing the presidential flute again. She lost the freak show effect. Maybe. I mean, that could be it. But I'll say that, you know, as much as I'm not a Lizzo fan, like, she can sing. She does have talent. I don't think she's just I do think her being a gigantic human being was definitely part of the gimmick, so to speak, but I don't think it's going to sink her. Plus, like, as much as we love making fun of fat people, America's a weird, disgusting, sick culture. Again, it's a dying, rotting empire. And as much as we love mocking people for being fat and whatnot, we also love a redemption story. We're disgusting people. It's no wonder why the S-word rate is as high as it is. The self-deletion rate is as high as it is in this country. Just people are just gross. They're really bad human beings. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, here's towards getting towards your fighting weight. Thank you very much. We are now 870 away from hitting tonight. Uh-oh, guys. We can knock out the last 870 of this morning and call it a dub for the toe. Not one, but 2 goals knocked out in one show. Thank you. Under $10. Keep it going. a buck or two at a time. Yeah. McBuster writes, SP picked out this story. I do love that our audience is having fun with the Onion folks and Carl. It was weird to see Carl had achieved so much brain damage. They have their conspiracy theory that SP is like running the show secretly. That while she's working her job and living her life, she's also running the strings behind the scenes. Again, you can say whatever you want to cope. This proves that I'm just in there, man. I'm sunk in like a fucking ship anchor. They're like, no, she put his kids' drawings in the background. She looks at this and she's like, I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Oh, Phil Herslit says Jenny runs Carl's life. Yeah, he doesn't have any kids either, so he's got a lot of time he's got to fill. You know, he's probably an unhappy guy. May not even know he's an unhappy guy. He's got a wife who tells him to take a nap. You know what? That's probably it. She tells him to take naps. She tells him what to do. Again, it's all projection. She tells him what to do. So then Carl's like, well, then every guy must have a woman who just tells him what to do. Sorry, pumpkin. Nope, that's your reality, not mine. Where are your kids' drawings of their dad in your bed? Oh, what's the matter? Shooting blanks? I had to have a procedure to get it done. You might just be natural. I mean, you can kind of see it in the face. A little downs. Maybe a little downs. Just a touch of downs. All right, off we go. We got a couple more stories left. We got less than $10 to go. 870 away from knocking. Oh, wait a minute. 730 away from hitting this morning's goal. No Pen 15 with $2 says, can we hear your best Carl imitation? Phil Herslit says that he's actually got a lot of downs. Well, then I feel bad. If it's a little downs, then it's funny, but if it really is an extra chromosome thing, it's mostly in the teeth and the eyes. You can see the retardation, but I can't confirm, and I wouldn't want to get close enough to test. No, I can't do a Carl imitation because someone already does the best one. Like Zumach's Carl imitation is, you'd have to be a pretty heavy Zumach hater, and certainly we have our history. You'd have to be a pretty big Zumach hater to say that his Carl impression isn't fucking spot on. It's pretty good. All right, we got what? $7.30 away from knocking out this morning's goal. Keep it going. 10 minutes left. We're giving you a 3-hour show tomorrow if we get that last 7:30 hammered out. And we're doing it $2 at a time. Thank you. Trump has do we want Donald Trump? No, we want Matt Gaetz and Bill Maher.
Democrats left.
We might not have time for 2 more stories. I think I want to do this Matt Gaetz, Bill Maher thing. Because Bill had old Matt Gaetz on his show. And to me, that's kind of a ballsy move because a lot of not that Bill gives a shit, but a lot of his audience thinks Matt Gaetz is the fucking Antichrist. Like they think he's the biggest piece of shit that there is. But he had him on his show. And he and Matt, to both of their credit, they didn't just go on there and go, oh, we agree on a lot of things. They went in there and they mixed it up. And I think Matt Gaetz has an axe to grind because he kind of feels like he got left in the lurch by Trump. Like those investigations came by and they tried to smear him and he wanted to be, Attorney General. And he would have been a good pick. But then, they talked about that having sex with a 17-year-old stuff and who knows what happened there. Magically, when he said, I don't want to be Attorney General anymore, they dropped it, which is kind of a dishonest move, which shows what their real motivation was. But he went on Maher's show, and they got into it a little bit. I think it was friendly enough, but they got into it. We'll play a clip here in a second. Adam Simon with a couple of $1 contributions. Thank you very much. So now $5.90 away from knocking out this morning and doing an hour of overtime tomorrow for the evening show. Thank you guys so much. But we got to knock out that last $5.90 in order to do it. The last $5.90. Got about 300 of you checking out the show at the moment. Hit like, hit subscribe. We appreciate you. Let's go to Boy, over 300 during overtime. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Matt Gaetz on Bill Maher. You guys throw in the last $5 or $6. We'll watch some Matt Gaetz, and we will bring this smooth flight in for a landing tonight. And by the way, to those of you who don't like Steel Toe, who hung in there the whole time, I do salute you. You had to take it right up the ass tonight, and you took it like a champ.
No anti-war Democrats left.
That's an interesting point. It's off the point we're talking about a little bit. It's a
Well,
good.
well, if you're
you
talking
haven't
about
lost all your skills as the congressman. Come on, man.
If you're talking about the use of force to achieve your political goals, I think it's somewhat on topic.
It's not like the left doesn't do a version. I mean, they should not have been bitching about Trump is not a legitimate president. He's that was wrong. I agree. It's very different than actually trying to stay in power. We just had January 6th. It went off smoothly without a hitch.
We didn't just stop, Bill. I like Bill, but I know a lot of you guys hate him, and there are certain times where I'm like, I'll watch a Bill Maher clip, and I'll say I'm using it for the show, and I'll go, God, I'm going to have to fight him off tomorrow. They're going to fucking savage me for this one, because sometimes it gets hard to defend Bill. Bill, January 6th did not just happen. It was 4 years ago. It's time to let it go. I mean, just be glad the Republicans aren't trying to look into, whether or not the intelligence community orchestrated it. Unless they are, in which case you might learn some things that you don't want to learn.
Places, everyone, places. Okay, the rehearsal went great, and now we do it and we go home. But that's not what would have happened if you guys had lost, and you know that.
Bill, you understand
that is an asymmetry you have to address.
Okay, let me address it. You're right. This past week, we had a wonderful January 6th. The last time we had a Republican president elected and Democrats did not object to the electors, do you know when the last time that was?
I can do this. 1988, when it was George H.W. Bush. Because Hillary objected to the electors in 2016. You remember that. Hillary objected. And then I would say 2004. The Democrats didn't contest the John Kerry election, did they? It wasn't close enough. Bush won that one going away. 2000, they contested. I'm going to go 2004. 20 years ago was the last time they didn't contest.
See, this is the kind of bullshit.
No, look, it was 1988.
Oh,
it was
okay.
1988 the last time they didn't object to Republican. They objected to George W. Bush winning Ohio.
Did they? In 2004? I don't remember that. I mean, I was like 16. 17. I was 17 when the 2004 election happened. I was about to turn 18. I missed that one by a month and a half. 2004. So I was kind of young, but I don't remember the Democrats really pushing that one.
Different than calling the Justice Department and pressuring them to do things that even his own Justice Department wouldn't do. It's different than calling the guy in Georgia and saying, find me 11,000 votes. It's different than going to court with all these ridiculous cases.
He's right. Trump did fight that election. He fought it tooth and nail, and Trump did feel like he had a reason to. He felt like ballots weren't being counted properly. He thought mail-in voting was a scam. He thought that was rigging the election. Like, he had questions about the election. He brought some evidence forward, and the problem was the courts wouldn't hear it. They wouldn't look at his evidence and decide if he had a case. They just dismissed it without looking at it. So, yeah, Bill's right. Trump didn't just accept the 2020 election. But Matt Gaetz isn't wrong either. I mean, they're both sore losers. I think Trump was the bigger sore loser in 2020, though. Well, I would say 2000 was the biggest sore loser move because they kept that thing going for a long time.
That were laughed out of every courtroom. It's different than actually sending fake electors. Don't give me bullshit and we'll be friends. Bullshit me? No, we'll still be friends. But I'll think you're a hack. Instead of someone who could actually have an honest conversation and admit this asymmetry exists.
I don't believe it's asymmetrical at all. When you look at the way the Democratic Party used an authoritarian bum rush to get Joe Biden out of the race and replace him with Harris, what was it?
I'm going to call him on that too. That's not the same as January 6th. That's not the same as going to court and trying to get an election overturned. Like, that's different. I think 2000 is more analogous to 2020.
Was that the great sacrifice to the virtue of democracy and the great rejection of authoritarianism was swapping her out for him like it's some Mississippi Square dance?
Okay. I'm just going to end this part of our discussion by saying, I think I just looking in your eye, talking to you, not the media guy I saw. You're a lot brighter than I thought you were.
Did you think I was not bright?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Bill's just being dead honest. He's like, yeah, I thought you were a dipshit. You're actually a pretty smart guy. Well, I'm sorry, but the way they have those politicians like put in front of cameras and they speak in sound bites, it's kind of hard to sound intellectual. That's why Ron Paul didn't get a lot of TV time. Ron Paul gave long, intelligent answers. They want people on TV that can come up with a slogan or a punchline or a sound bite.
And what gave you that impression?
Like
your haircut, mostly.
Everything you've said and done. No, and also because the media is but I just never talk to.
All right, and that's the end of the clip. Twitter always cuts those off so abruptly. Like I said, I think they're both right. I think they both have points. I think if you're trying to say that one party is a bigger sore loser than the other party, I don't know. I think that's a losing argument. I think they're both cunts. And I know that's an easy answer, but I don't think you can say that one party's really good at accepting elections and another party's really bad at it. MSO says, hey, pot-smoking Billy Boy laughed out of every fake Democratic courtroom. Yeah, I don't think they were laughed out of every courtroom. They refused to hear any of their evidence. They refused to hear the case at all. That's a little different than being laughed out of the courtroom. Sanford's son with 843 says, another win for the Go. Rudy. Oh, we knocked out this morning too.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Guys, I don't care. Comment all you want, say whatever you want. You can't fucking stop me. You can't. As long as the Toe Boys are here, as long as they love a good, decent, old school talk show, you're always just going to be watching me, trying to get at me, failing miserably, and ultimately becoming charmed and becoming a fan because you follow really creepy fucking people. No offense. Don't let your hatred of me cause you to follow really nerdy, goofy people with monkeypox sores. Rusty Grammar with $1 says, $1 at a time, boys. Sink the SS Sneed a buck at a time and watch them cry. Ladies and gentlemen, the SS Sneed has been sunk. Killed him, crushed him. 2 wins for the Toe. Suck a dick. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for tonight. We're going to do an hour of overtime tomorrow because you guys are the best. You're unbelievable. Thank you very much. We had a great show tonight, and I hope those of you I picked on and kind of bent over the table, I hope you didn't take it too personally because I love you all like my children because you treat me like your abusive daddy. Talk to you again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central with Johnny. CJ with $2 says, would you trust Matt Gaetz to babysit your kids? No. Bye, everybody.